Showtime. What up, though?
Package, bro.
What up, though? What up? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man, Marq Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. How y'all feel? What's the damn deal? All right, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to run the short intro. I'll drop the link out there early. Sunday night pop-up episode on y'all. I had to pop up on you with this news. The WBC just put this tweet out about 25 minutes ago, as you can see it according to the clock at the top. And they say, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who wins? Why do we have to imagine it? We'll talk about it. Let me run this intro. It's your man Nash. Let's get it.
This that squad sound.
What up, though? How y'all feel? What's the deal? Man, I wasn't even gonna go live tonight, but when I saw this tweet, I was like, we gotta talk about it. Gotta talk about it right now. The WBC are either trolling or they trying to tell us something is coming down the pipeline. Wow. Let me do a neighbors only roll call. I put the link at the top right here. Let me pin the link so you guys can join the conversation if you want to pull up. And I'll also open the phone line up. Let me see. He said they play too much. Shout out to my brother Rockman. What up, fam? He said they playing with us. Don't say that, Rockman. I'm hoping. But if not, man, I'm gonna be so pissed off. But we're gonna talk about it. Let me do a quick neighbors only roll call, because without the neighbors, the show would not be the show at this level. And we about 150, matter of fact, less than 150 away from 15K. So if everybody watching the show share it today, we should be at 100. We should be at 15K tomorrow. All right, so let's do this quick neighbors only roll call, and we're gonna talk about it. Here we go. Wrong button.
What up?
All right, Jacob Sims. What up, fam?
What up?
Lady Shan done them season, my UK girl in London town. What up, though?
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
The Boxing Scholar. Holla.
What up?
Cooking with the champ.
What up?
Cooking with the champ.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
The Boxing Scholar.
What up?
Haplo Type 0, aka my boy Haplo.
What up?
Boxing MMA 365.
What up?
Taylor Bell.
What up?
Mike from Boston.
What up?
C Jones 0224.
What up?
Kansas City Mac.
What up?
Patricia Shelton.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
Miss Queen Sunkissed.
What up?
Rockman.
What up?
Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire. That's 9-time champion Nonito Donaire.
What up?
True Media Today, USA Boxing, Coach Malachi Williams.
What up?
Pudo,
What up?
Food Revolution.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Matt Wade.
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Matty Yoel.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shawnery.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
What up?
HL Deasy.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Sr.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
D. Bevel the Champ.
What up?
And of course the big fish himself, my good brother Dare Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
It's popping with y'all. Thank y'all so much for supporting the show in a major way. All right, let's talk about it. Let me share my screen so y'all can see what I mean. What is going on with the damn WBC? Are they playing with us? Are they trolling us? The link is pinned at the top if you want to join the conversation. I'll make sure I open the phone lines. Now, the WBC put this tweet out about 25 minutes ago, but I'm going to go to their Twitter handle so y'all can read these comments, because these comments, they ain't playing. Let me see. Boom. Shout out to everybody pulling up. See my guy, Greg in the building. He said the fight is next. Okay, shout out to my brother Greg. What up? PBC uploaded Errol Spence last fight on their channel. I was wondering if they were hinting at an announcement. Man, they've had that, but Reggie, that's been set for months. The Errol Spence fight, they've had that. Like if you follow their channel, that's been said as a premiere for like for a long time now. Warren G, what up?
What's good with you, Marq? What's going on, Mr. Nash? You good?
I'm good.
Everybody in chat, salute. Please like, subscribe, and share the content.
Talk to me,
man. I think it's all cap, man.
Oh no. He said he ain't fit. You think they capping?
Man, I think it's all. I'm. You know what? I just find it hard to believe that you're trying to set up a fight between arguably 1 or 2 pound for pound fighter in the world to go in there without having a fight, and it's been over a year now since his last fight. I don't get it, man. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I mean, unless you're just going in there just to make some money and get your ass whooped. But
well, shit, that's right on brand for Spence. Spence only fights. That's about the time he fight, and he's been performing good on these layoffs. He fought Danny, fought Danny on the layoff, fought Ugas on the layoff. He's been fighting these guys off long layoffs.
Yeah, but this ain't Ugas. This ain't Danny. That's all I'm saying. When you talking about for all the marbles, and you talking about the guy that's just knocked out the man knocked out his last 10 opponents.
Those 10 opponents want Errol Spence Jr. though. To be fair, that pendulum swings both ways. He ain't beat nobody.
I get it, but you talking about after his conversation after he fought you guys was like, I was still a little rusty and I made some rookie mistakes. You can't do that. You and I both know you can't go in there making no mistakes against Terence Crawford and think you finna get a slide through that door.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that he won't put up a fight. I'm just saying, man, if it's me, I'm like, man, I'm gonna take me a tune-up because this is for all the marbles in the world. This is for everything. I gotta be serious about this.
Bro, but he said he don't do tune-ups.
I know, I get it. I know. I understand what he said, but you know how, bro, people be saying this, that, and the other, and really, when it comes down to actually doing it, something changed, I mean, let's talk. I mean, if you think about all the stuff that Bill Haney been saying, do you really believe they really want that smoke from Shakur?
I do. I do. I don't know if they want to do it right now at 135 because
right. I guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm with you on that. I believe that they want it, but they ain't trying to get it at 135. So a little bit of that is to get all eyes on them for their fight. So, I'm gonna throw a little extra juice on it, make it feel good, make it sound good, make the people get involved in it, But I'm actually gonna do this. We'll get that smoke, but we're not looking for that smoke right now because, it's been documented that, he having trouble with the 135 right now. Now, how much of it, I don't sure, but I just feel the same way with Earl. I mean, shit, I know he said that he don't need a tune-up, but shit, he might want to do this one for this one. He might want to do it this for this one. He may not have to do it ever again, but for this one,
Warren.
Yes, sir.
I'm listening to you. The man said he ain't doing no tune-ups. He said he ain't doing those, bro. Okay. So I get what you're saying. That's what you would do. That's what you would advise. But Errol Spence said, I don't do no tune-ups. I'm the big fish. Fresh Press, what up? Wanda Villa, what up? He said, my small hat missing. I got to fix that. I got you right here.
Small hat.
Let me say something though, Warren. Why would they put this up? They know fans are wanting this fight. They know fans are eager for this fight. Are they just putting this up because it's the 1 year anniversary? Because these comments aren't that forgiving to them. Let me go right here so y'all can see some of these comments. Comments are saying stuff like, Make the fight. Don't let us imagine it. Somebody said, I'm sick of having to imagine anything about this fight. I've been imagining it for 6 years now. Somebody else said, the fight will happen when Crawford is 40, so Spence will probably win. I'm not sure, though. Let's start imagining the fight being signed, sealed, and delivered first. Somebody's got to go. You see what I'm saying? People are mad. Somebody, I think everyone should just shut up with the same old lame question that's been asked for years until the fight is freaking official. Look at him slamming the door. Spence, easy. Somebody said, have been 3 years, man. I'm going with Spence, but okay, some people's like, here we go again. Y'all see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what more of these comments saying. Crawford is doing to Spence as Floyd did to Pacquiao. If it happens, I'm going with Crawford. Somebody said, if you own a mouse, you will never turn off your computer. Okay, that's a game. Somebody said, imagine the WBC actually made things happen. They're getting the heat from most of these fans. Every now and then, somebody is saying picking who they pick, but somebody said will be interesting bout to watch. I'll give it with Crawford. I'm sick of imagining this, but Spence all day. Sanction the fight and make it happen. I would have to have a big imagination to imagine this. People aren't liking this right here. Why do I have to imagine it? Make the shit happen. Make it happen. Like, people are upset about this. Look at his face. Look at this, bruh. Not happening. Errol Spence. No. Somebody said no one because they don't think it happened. Somebody said, F this S. Imagine, never gonna happen. Like, people are mad about this post from the WBC. What do you think, man? So you think they trolling? Are they trolling?
Yeah. You got to so last few weeks. Let's just talk about the last few weeks. What's been the major topic in boxing? Last few weeks.
Not Crawford and Spence. Has been the lightweights.
Right. So there we go. So think about it. 147 been kind of, and I think people are starting to get past talking about it. It's starting. Well, you know how they say that a news a headline in a news cycle, it gives it's like a week or something like that. I forget the terminology for it. That it has a lifespan before it just dies out. You know what I'm talking about? I might not be saying it right, so I'm gonna scratch that. But what I'm saying is they're trying to get eyes on 147. But you know, and I both know that 147 has been dormant, as far as being that you know, because 147 used to be, you know, that weight division that you can always get good fights from. We're not getting that now. It's all about the lightweight. So why not spark up something to keep your eyes on 147?
Nah, don't do that. Nah, I
don't think so. So tell me about 147 then that you like about 147 that's been in the last.
That's not what I meant, Warren. I mean, don't put this kind of stuff out there if you're the WBC and you know this, like, unless you got information this fight is happening.
I got you.
But don't put stuff like this out for the fans talking about imagine who will win. Man, you know they've been clamoring for this fight. Brandon Washington, what up? Carmen Serene, I see you. Coach Ed Morris, what up? Nah,
but that's the way social media is right now. Come on, man. It is what it is. That's what they doing now.
Not the sanctioning bodies. I don't expect them to do this.
Man. Okay, so you tell me this then. You tell me this. How do you have at the 160, right? I think it's 160 division. You have a 48-year-old man ranked number 2 in the WBC. And who haven't fought, and I don't know how long, and I forget his name, but he's at 160. He's 48 years old, haven't fought, and how long. Matter of fact, he's a commentary.
What are you talking about?
Commentary. At 160, he's at the 160. He's ranked number 2. They got him ranked.
And he's 48 years old.
He's 48 years old, my G.
It never heard of it.
Who fighting there? Who's? Oh, Sergio. Sergio. Oh yeah, Sergio has been out there trying to get back in. He's been fighting some fights in I think from Argentina. Been fighting some fights over there in Argentina. Yeah, trying to make a comeback.
Okay.
Sergio.
That's new to me, but last time I believe I've been seeing him was doing commentary, right?
No, that was Sergio Mora. That's Sergio Mora, I think. I think you got him mixed up. Sergio Martinez is the Argentinian dude.
Okay.
Yeah, but but my point is this. Now, I did see something else. Now, I'm gonna go to Twitter on this. Now, let me go to this. Now, this is Crawford's sister. She put this out earlier. Now, I don't know what this might have meant. Let me see. Let me go over here to Leticia Crawford. Let me see. When she put this out, I was thinking maybe she knows something, but now let me see. Ringside. Now, this is a reply. I did a quick video about this earlier today. I haven't dropped it yet, but she said, okay, ESPN Ringside said, if you could only choose one of these undisputed if you could choose only one of these undisputed title fights to happen this year, which one would it be? She replied with, it would be Errol Spence versus Bud. Now, I took this as maybe she's saying that's the one she would choose to happen, or she telling us that fight is happening. See, put a case on it. Seems like it's some movement going on around this fight.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is she responding to? Responding to a?
Can you see the screen?
I can't. I can't see everything. I can only see parts of it.
She responded to that post.
I'm on my phone. That's why I can't see all the.
You hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you. So she responded to somebody.
She responded to ESPN.
Oh, okay. I got you. So ESPN throwing some shit out there, huh?
ESPN Ringside said, if you can choose only one of these undisputed title fights that happen this year, which one would it be? She said it would be Spence versus Bud. So that was early. That was yesterday. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was maybe it's some movement going on right here. What do you think of that? Is this about nothing? See, because that wasn't too serious for me, but this tweet from the WBC early about an hour ago, that right there kind of means something to me. When they telling us to imagine this fight, like, why
man, I'm so tired of them putting some shit out there. They did this the same way. Didn't they do this to us last year?
No,
first it was supposed to. No, wait a minute. They said that they was going to put something out July. By July, we was supposed to hear something. That shit never came through, and then shit ran into November and December and all of that. Man, I believe when I see it. I believe when they actually doing the official weigh-in. Because I know it's gonna happen in June. I just find it hard to believe that it's gonna happen in June with no type of promotion, and you got to go in camp too.
Well,
this is not like no. To me, this is a big major fight. This is something. Okay, go ahead.
But peep this. Look how quick they got that Ryan Garcia thing together. They signed that fight. They announced, from the point they announced that fight, that same week. They was doing 2 city tours. They went to New York, then they went over there to Cali. Nobody on YouTube, half these dudes on YouTube didn't even know about that shit. It happened that quick. It was announced. They shot them 24/7 all access joints. The fight is happening this Saturday. It didn't take a long time.
This right here is different beast to me. First of all, we're talking about for undisputed. We're talking about a fight that was supposed to that should have took place maybe 3 years ago. We're talking about a fight that have people on both sides of the spectrum clowning each other, disrespecting each other over this fight. This is not just as I know as much as Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis got a fan base. This right here is for those hardcore fight fans that know what this is. This is
Bro.
like, I mean, I think it's
Bro.
the magnitude of this fight is a lot more. It's a lot more at stake for this fight than that Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis. So
Warren, I understand that, but my point is they don't have to do 6 months of promotion for this fight. They don't need to do
no, they don't. But they do have to have a nice camp too, right?
You see Crawford right now? Look at Crawford. He posted this pic this week.
Well, you know Crawford a gym rat.
Hold up. Well, look, that goes against what you just said. Well, they got to have a nice camp. Look at Crawford now. The kid looks like he's in the camp right now. Don't he?
It do, but Crawford always look like that though. That ain't Crawford don't get too out of pocket with his weight, right?
Have you seen
Have
Spence?
you ever seen Crawford? Now I've seen Spence out of shape, but have you ever seen Crawford in between fights be totally out? Okay, go ahead.
Or you just talking over me, or just keep talking. I need you to listen. I'm trying to answer your question, and you going somewhere else with it. You said they need to have a camp. Crawford looks like he's in camp. I haven't seen any pictures of Spence. We don't know if he's in camp. He could be in camp right now, far as we know. We don't know.
Okay.
That's what I tell you, bro.
Okay, I got you.
That's all I'm trying to say. Spence could be in camp right now, far as we know. We ain't seen no pictures of him. He did that live the other day and cut his camera on, cut it right back off real quick. But we don't know what the kid's doing, if he's in camp, if he's training, what he's doing, what he's not doing. I heard he was working with AJ when AJ came into town. Right?
Right, for an AJ fight. Right?
Bro, when you working, like, look, Sean Porter, when Sean Porter was working with Tank Davis, they was working on Sean Porter for his fight, but Tank Davis had a fight coming up too. Sometimes people work together when they both got a fight coming up.
I feel you. I'm not arguing against that. I don't know. I think it's April now, so I guess we should. When they gonna announce it? You said it's been rumored that they're gonna announce it at the Tank Davis fight, right?
I don't know when they're gonna announce it, dog. I don't know.
If they're doing it for June, now I could see it in the summer. I could see them fighting in the summer.
Yeah, I don't know about June 17th, but I can see late June, early July.
I say September, early September.
Damn, you promoting? Yeah. Hell no. Look, Mayweather didn't even take that long to promote his fight with Conor McGregor. That was a big ass fight. Pacquiao, Mayweather, that thing happened really quick. From the point they said it was announced, they did those press conference. They did the press conference, went on tour. Fast, bro. They moving fast with some of these fights because they're big fights already.
Okay, we'll see. I think they capping. I still think they capping.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I don't believe that that fight is gonna happen. Not by June, anyway.
You said September.
Yeah, I said I give it around it's reasonable to say September. If they are gonna have that fight this year.
Okay. Fair enough. My boy D Bevel, the champ in the building, he said the weakest ever in welterweight division history. PGH Big Dog in the building. QT said the WBC lost their all credibility when Mauricio went on the Boxing Voice and said Spence could fight Thurman at 154 and be sanctioned by the WBC as a Mando. Actually, he said we'll decide after the fight, which I thought was crazy too. He said, well, after the fight, we'll decide if that constitutes filling in for your mandatory. I'm like, how you gonna decide after the fight if that was the mandatory or not?
That was hey, yeah. It's just WBC just do, they do some out of pocket shit. I mean, I don't see how Thurman is. You make Thurman number one, and he ain't been active for such a long time. You know what I mean? But the whole division really, other than ain't really been active with good fights anyway for 147.
Well, look, it ain't a lot of places for these guys to go. Let's keep it a buck. When it comes to Spence and Crawford, they're the two guys people want to see. Like when it comes to Usyk can still fight Wilder. He can fight Andy Ruiz. I mean, he can fight. Oh, look, he can fight. If he don't fight Tyson Fury, he can still fight Wilder. If Tyson Fury doesn't fight Usyk, he can still fight AJ. Both of those guys still have two big marquee fights that people will want to see. Because some people say, hey, Usyk is great, but is he going to be able to take that Wilder shot? Some people say, yeah, Tyson Fury, he's good, but AJ still can beat him. You know what I'm saying? So they still got some wells to go. These two guys ain't got no wells to go, in my opinion.
I agree.
I
agree. Either that or move, drop the belts and let other fighters come on up and eat and move on up. Get out the way.
That ain't gonna happen though.
Yeah, I know. So we're not getting those good fights that we used to at 147 because of these two individuals. And so everybody's moving a certain way, trying to move around this fight. I mean, you got Boots trying to move around this fight. You got Stanionis trying to move around. You got Ortiz trying to move. Everybody's trying to move around in that division and hoping to see where the plane lands and see who's gonna end up with the belts, all the belts, or if somebody's gonna drop the belts. It's this, and so now we got this stale kind of division that's not really active, if I can say it that way.
Man, this used to be a glamour division, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, for those who just pulling up, let me do a real quick recap. For those who just pulling up, don't know what we're talking about, the link is open, the panel's open, the phone line's open. I want to know, this is a little pop-up episode. I want to know, what do y'all think of this WBC tweet? Are they trolling, or is it something coming down the pipeline? They put this tweet out less than an hour ago. It says, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who wins? And I'm thinking, why are y'all putting this out here? The fans are trolling them are they trolling the fans? Because the fans are not liking this. I'm going to go back to the comments on this. The fans are talking to the WBC like, bruh, why are you playing with us? You can make this fight happen. Nobody's trying to imagine this fight. But maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe this is going to be the week we get that announcement. Is it possible? What you guys think? Am I tripping? Is it more hope? Got my boy Warren G in the building. But yeah, this is what they put out less than an hour ago. So I'm just wanted to do a pop-up with y'all and see, what did y'all think of this tweet? Is it much to do about nothing? Phone lines are open. The link is out there as well. Go ahead, Warren G.
You hear about did you check out the tweets that the back and forth between Spence and his fans?
When? Today?
You guessed that? No, maybe I would say late Saturday is when it started. So, or late when I got word about it. The back and forth.
No, I was covering the fight on Saturday, and then I was kicking it with my family. And
okay, so there's been a back and forth between Spence and his fans, and the Spence fans was on his page talking about you haven't been active, and they complain about the fact that he haven't had any fights and he hasn't been inactive. And Spence made a sarcastic comment, and I believe that's what it is. Then strip me. He said strip me. Check out his page. It says strip me.
Okay, let me go over here to Errol Spence.
And he was being sarcastic. I don't think he was really, but he's like, strip me.
Errol Spence. Go ahead. Okay, he said, nigga told her to kill her husband. She was okay. He's talking about somebody else. She's a loser for what she did. Okay. Mama said fed up. Let me see. Where is this at? Okay,
Do
they
do it.
here we go 15. He said they kept to. He said they kept to they want. They kept to they. I guess he meant so. He kept so they want to be first with the story. So they'll say something about talking to a source close to the negotiations or teams. Sometimes they do. Not. Hold on. Sometimes they do. Not gonna lie. Okay. Somebody said, okay, so this is Tay. He's replying to my boy Tay Jones. He says, shit, they putting out false shit to every day, just like YouTubers. You put a name on it, so I did too. Yeah, I got my own channel, but I go to the main source. Big difference, champ. And he said they kept to they so they want to be first with the story. So they'll say something about talking to a source close to negation or teams. This is what Spence said. I like this. Spence said, sometimes they do, not gonna lie. All right, so Spence is saying sometimes people are talking to sources. All right, so this is Errol Spence saying this right here. He said sometimes they are talking to sources. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you talk to sources, I'm not gonna lie. What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that, Warren G? He said, hey, look, they talking about they want to be first, but sometimes they capping, but sometimes they are talking to people. I'm not gonna lie. Because look, we still don't know who recorded Errol Spence's phone call. Remember, Errol Spence had a leaked phone call that was coming out late last fall. Somebody recorded his conversation. Nothing ever came from that. Nobody ever talked about who recorded it or who leaked it. I'm gonna tell you one person who knows who was on the phone with him. Errol Spence knew who he knows who he was talking to. Like if I hear a conversation of me talking to somebody else, even if they don't talk and they don't say their name, I know that voice, I know the conversation, I know who I was talking to. But nothing ever came from that that conversation. But this is Errol Spence right here saying it right here. He says sometimes they are talking to people from the negotiations, sometimes they not. He said he ain't gonna lie. All right.
I can believe that. I can believe that. It's just hard. It's just hard to. I'm just gonna wait and see. I mean, right now they talking about it was rumored that they was gonna make the announcement around April, around Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight. It's just there's so much There's so much garbage out there, man. And then the way they did things last year, I just refuse to jump off that bridge right now. So, and then he back and forth with his fan base about why he's been inactive. He told him he was hurt and da 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 da, and they was like, they was going back and forth pretty hard, bro, on his page.
Oh yeah, let me get back to that. Let me go back to that. All right, boom. So let me go back to Errol Spence. Let me go back to replies. That means he was replying to people. All right. All right, so boom. He said, Franklin Mama. Oh yeah, shout out to Errol Spence. He watching Snowfall too. All right, that's what's up. He said Franklin Mama fed up. She'd rather be in jail. Let me click like on that one. Shout out to the big fish. My boy Errol Spence Jr. He said, yeah, man. I've been watching Snowfall too, Spence. He said, nigga told her to kill her husband. Nigga told her he killed her husband. She was done and tired anyway. Why bring her? Why he bring her? Should have brung Leon. Facts. He should have brought Leon. Man, I like Errol Spence, man. I like Errol Spence. I'm telling y'all, man. I like this guy, man. I don't know if he's gonna win the fight, but I like him though. Entertaining as hell in that ring. He said, nah, she could at least warn Jazz, bro. Was fanned out for not knowing her ex. Okay, they talking about something else. All right, boom. He said, yeah, okay. Tay Jones said, talk about the ones with the blue checks, just like you, they get that shit wrong too. That's entertainment too. He said, yeah, them too. He said, what blue checks got to do with anything? You must be a YouTube. He talking to Tay Jones. Okay. Errol Spence, he said, y'all listen to YouTube. Them people know as much as you. Laugh out loud. It's entertainment. Funny how Hillary breaks up with Jazz. Okay, so he watching that other show too that's back. The what's that one with Will Smith? Like they kind of remade Bel. Oh, it's called Bel Air. So he's watching Bel Air.
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
Not-
yeah, Errol. I ain't watching Bel Air. I ain't watching that. I'm chill until I get, and then he ... Okay, let me keep going. He said, "Man said that was 4 years ago, like it was a slap. I feel like shit for life. I feel this shit for life." Let's keep going. He's replying to somebody said, "Yeah, right. You never active." He said, "Yeah, let
There
me
we
see.
go. We starting to get there.
Let me see how,
to get there now.
if you get ejected out of a car. Whenever I come back, won't be a tune-up. All right, no tune-up." Chewy told Errol Spence, he said 2 fights in 3 years and 7 months. Vacate the belts if you ain't fighting. He said, strip me. Damn, now that'd be taunting right there. That's taunting right there. He said, man, strip me then. 2 fights in 3 years and 7 months. Vacate the belts if you ain't fighting. He said, well, strip me. Okay, this Jeff Gurley. Okay, what somebody said right here? Somebody said something. Okay, show me. All right, here we go. One more. He said, tired of reading about poor shit. What's the richest big dog shit a nigga ever did in front of you? Spence said, Pops took me to the gym every day, watched me run at the track even when they turned the lights off, and used his headlights, fed me, paid for all my national tournaments, hotel rooms, flights, etc. Hashtag the biggest. Or we just talking about tricks? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was the last one I saw right here. Lil Bro 62 in his head. This little nigga getting dressed for church. Getting ready for church. Don't got this little nigga, man. Got the old man bounce.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I got a homeboy named DJ Drama, nigga. DJ Drama. This looked like you when you was a kid, nigga.
You got the smell good on. Got the little
rings and shit.
I like he going out.
Watch him when he walk out the door. Look at him. He's showering, getting ready for the church. He's showering, practicing his 2-step. Oh, got his Bible. He got the cab.
Oh man, he look like me. Ain't he? He look like me a little bit.
He look like he got his tambourine, his cab driver glasses and stuff. Yeah, shout out to the little homie. Get ready for church, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But wow. So it is some movement right here. He did go in. Talking about, yeah, y'all know as much as them YouTubers. And all right, let me see what they saying in the chat. What's your response to that though?
Man, I think it's all just to keep the 147 back. If it's back to your topic, and if I'm responding correctly, WBC is trying to keep 147 relevant by putting some shit out there because they know that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence is the topic at 147, and it's been kind of dormant for the last few weeks, you know what I'm saying? So ain't, normally you get I mean, there's content still being out there, but it's not like it used to be a few before the light, I think the lightweight is taking up that space. Let me say it that way. It's taking up that time with the content creators and all of that. Cause normally you ain't got nothing else to talk about, but shit, you got plenty to talk about in lightweight. You got Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, you got Lomachenko, you got Devin Haney, you got Shakur, you got Keyshawn Davis talking shit, you know what I'm saying? You got a whole bunch of shit going on that they can use and just, flood and give them some content to talk about that's a lot different than the same shit we've been talking about for years, which is Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, if I can say it that way. So I think it's cap. I'm still on the cap side of it, if that makes any sense.
Okay. All right, let me see what they're saying out here in the chat. So they blame Bud for this, which is funny. Well, we got 3 people in the chat that blame Bud for this, but they Terence Crawford haters though. Which is weird for me. Like, how do you blame Terence Crawford for what the WBC tweet? How do you blame Terence Crawford?
You know what I'm saying? Everything, man.
This is his fault. He tweeted. He told the WBC, "Hey, tweet something about the fight that we ain't gonna fight. I'm a duck Spence, so tweet something. Man, if y'all niggas don't get off the gas, never heard of it. That's some weirdo hate right there. Like, I don't hate Errol Spence like that, where I would just create these things in my mind like that. Nah, bro. I don't go out.
I got Errol Spence beating everybody at 147 just except Bud. That's I don't see him beating Bud. I just don't. That's just me. I mean, but anybody else, I'd say he got that work for everybody else at 147. I don't see nobody at 147 beating Errol Spence but Bud.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it, as far as I'm concerned. So that ain't no knock on him. But I wish he would fight Bud. I wish Bud would fight him, so we could get past it. This is see who is the best.
Crawford, not the lineal champion, Marq, but he trolled Ring Mega. Huh? Why not? It's no lineal champion right now at welterweight. It will be 1 and 2. That's why they took it up. They was gonna put that Ugas, that it was gonna be on the line for Ugas, and he hit the ring. He hit him up. It was like, hold up, it's supposed to be 1 versus 2 for that Ring Magazine belt. But no, he did not. He had nothing to do with the Ring Magazine tweet neither. HLD, you made that up in your mind. You created all that shit in your mind, dog. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. This nigga on heroin, LSD drugs. That's what the HLD stand for. Dude. That nigga on heroin, LSD, and dopamine. Put the coffee down, bro. This nigga he does not control the Ring Magazine's Twitter, nor does he control the WBC Twitter. But I get it. If you looking for a reason to hate Crawford, have at it. Blame him for this too. But he has nothing to do with this. He has nothing to do with somebody else's Twitter account, nor does Errol Spence. He didn't tell the WBC to put. If anybody has anything can do with it, Errol Spence is the WBC champion. Maybe they put this out because it's the anniversary of his last fight. I got my guy Terrence Bailey Sr. in the building. What up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, Marq? What's up to the panel? I can't see who's on the panel, but what's up, everybody?
What's going on, brother? Salute, one love.
Talk to
man, Nash. Thank you, brother.
The comment that Errol Spence made, I don't know if it was today or a couple days ago or whatnot. I guess somebody said something that he said, said just playing out, they stripped me. I think that's me personally. I wish the brother wouldn't say stuff like that because these sanctioning bodies be on a nefarious kick every now and then, and they try to strip people for some of the most stupid of reasons. I think on Twitter also somebody said something about Errol said that he had been in he had injuries outside the ring, car accidents, whatnot. And somebody said, "Well, that was your fault." And he was like, "LOL, duh." But I mean, I personally wish he wouldn't put anything in the air because these people that you have to deal with when it comes to these sanctioning bodies, you know what I'm saying? You can't trust nothing that comes from them. I would venture to say that the only reason why the sanctioning bodies have been sticking by Earl thus far is because his fights generate a lot of money and they get a percentage. So if he's generating big dollars, then their percentage translates, good for them. And then you got this Terence Crawford fight on the horizon, which is probably going to be, you would think that wherever they have it, it's going to be record breaking as far as revenue and gate and stuff like that. But we're in the time of streaming, and you can blame that on, I guess, some greedy people in the past that they're just asking for too much money for these pay-per-views and the fight. I remember when I was a teenager when Mike Tyson first came out, we was paying $30 for a pay-per-view or paying $30 to go to a venue where they had closed circuit and the fight lasts 30 seconds. So
yes, sir.
I mean, so the whole pay-per-view game, they shot themselves in the foot. So you know what I'm saying. For lack of a better term, they basically shot themselves in the foot. I remember also back in the day when people was getting the boom boxes, you know what I'm saying, it's attached to the cable box. So they get all the pay-per-views and the pornos for free. You know what I'm saying? And then the cable companies, when they found out, they eventually started coming back to other people and charging, you know, retroactive, you know what I'm saying, the cable bill. And some people were going to jail. So I mean, like, you can't, nobody can say, you can only say that the promoters and the boxing industry are the ones that caused the problem. But this fight should sell. Outside of the streaming, this fight should sell out and should be a record breaking fight because Mayweather never fought for undisputed. You know what I'm saying? This is something that Mayweather never even done. You know, last undisputed champion in welterweight division was who? Zab Judah, and that wasn't even 4 belts. That wasn't even 4 belts, right?
Nope.
I thought Zab had 4.
Nope. That wasn't even 4 belts yet. No.
So there's no reason why, like, if they had this fight at the Barclays, this fight should break Tank's record. And that's crazy that you know that Tank outsold Deontay Wilder at the Barclays.
I don't think it's Barclays, bro. This gonna be in Vegas.
No. I was just saying, if it was being done at the Barclays, this should outdo what Tank did. Like I said, which was crazy that Tank outsold Deontay Wilder at the Barclays, and Deontay Wilder has the privilege of having the private dressing room. You know, so, but wherever it's at, it should break records, pay-per-view and gate. But it may on the gate, but we know it's not going to be on pay-per-view, not on pay-per-view, because they done messed that industry up.
So the question was, you think they capping? You think they capping?
Did you see the tweet, Terrence Bailey?
Yeah, no, I don't think they capping. I think
Get your mic, Warren. If you ain't talking, mute your mic. I don't know if you eating or what you got going on. You got to mute that mic if you're not talking because it's making some noise. Go ahead, Terrence Bailey.
I don't think they capping because it absolutely makes no sense. It'll put a bad taste in all the fans' mouth, all the pay-per-view paying, subscription paying, ticket buying, you know what I'm saying, hotel renting fans for them to be doing a bait and switch with this because they know everybody wants this fight. Now, if they put out there that the fight has been negotiated and you know what I'm saying, so they know that everybody's on pins and needles. People is waiting to spend their money. Now, if they turn around and they make like, you know what I'm saying, it was a pump fake or, you know what I'm saying, or April Fools or, you know what I'm saying, psych or whatever, they're going to piss a lot of people off. And it could potentially affect Crawford and Errol Spence's sales with other opponents going forward if they don't make this fight.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Terrence Bailey. I know a lot of people who said, look, I'm not buying no more pay-per-views from anybody on PBC or anybody like until I get this fight. I'm not buying no more Terence Crawford fights, not buying no more Errol Spence fights or any pay-per-views, period. Like this fight right here has put a sour taste in a lot of boxing fans' mouths. Go ahead, Warren.
It says, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. I mean, they say you can, if you imagine this shit. I don't know, shit. I'm not gonna take too much into that tweet.
Shit,
Who wins?
This the WBC though. What you mean?
Yeah.
This their belt. Hey, you gotta fix that mic, man. Get that phone still. It's moving around too much, starting to crack around in my ear. Keep that phone still. You was good earlier. It's like you're moving around too much now.
So you think that they're trying to send out there in code that this fight is going to happen soon?
I'm hoping that's what it is. That's why I asked the question tonight. That's the question on the docket. Are they being trolled by the WBC or is the fight next?
I think they're being trolled by the WBC.
I like, well, hey, Mark, if you don't mind, let me ask the brother a question.
I just need them to mute his mic if you're not talking. Rock, I don't know what you're doing with your mic. I probably don't say it like 8 times now. I need that. I gotta have good audio, brother. So I don't know if you eat them. Sound like you eating pork skins or something. It's like sound like you smacking on some pork skins or something right now. If you're not talking, keep mute your mic. Go ahead, Terrence Bailey.
Your brother have his own lady leave the room because he might be doing that too. But anyway, I don't. Okay, now we know the WBC has has a checkered history with doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Favoritism type games and all that kind of stuff. But I don't personally see what the benefit is. It's all detrimental if they don't make this fight happen. Everybody's tired of the blame game and this and another. I mean, because actually, this whole situation between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence in the fans, within the fans, has become very, very toxic. You got people threatening to put hands on people or stuff like that over two Negroes they never met.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Never heard of it.
What happened?
Oh, I said never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
That's stupid. Stupid. I don't respect it neither.
Yeah, I mean, like you talk about coming to somebody's house doing some bodily harm, and if somebody walked up to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford and said your name, they'd be like, "Who?"
Never heard of
He
it.
wouldn't know you exist, bro.
Yeah, so like, let your money speak and keep your mouth shut. Like I tell people, don't buy a dog if you're gonna do the barking. So
I like that.
I mean, if you want to bark, what you need to do, don't buy a dog.
I like that.
You know I'm using that, man. So I want you to hear from me first. I'm taking it.
Hey, go ahead. I ain't got no copyright. But send something to my Cash App though. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, man, it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. It's detrimental for all parties for this fight not to happen. It's detrimental. Terence Crawford, I ain't got no reason to not like him. I like him as a fighter. I don't know him as a person, but I do know Bomac and he good peoples. I worry about his motives and stuff because he said that he can't see himself or allow himself to lose in front of his kids. Now, that being said, does that mean that he will fight harder, or does that mean that he just won't fight certain people? And the only person out there that has a 50% or over chance of beating him right now that has a belt is Errol Spence. The only other person is Boots Ennis. And I doubt very seriously he'll fight Boots. But he probably could. I mean, from Boots' last performance, he might be able to get Boots up out of there. I mean, if you judge everything from his last performance, which you can't, but yeah, I think the pressure. Actually, I think the pressure is more on Terrence to make this fight happen than it is on Errol, because Errol don't take tuna fights and don't fight bums. Terrence has a history. Terrence has a history of doing that. So that's that's another bums or people past their prime. So that's another issue.
Who's past their prime? I'm not trying to get. I'm not going to try to make that about the show. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Well, no, you asked the question. Carol Brook was past his prime. Sean Porter had 1 foot in boxing, 1 foot out of boxing. His father stopped the fight because he said he didn't train properly. Prior to that, Amir Khan has a jaw made out of the shit that you put that you wrap your sandwiches in for lunch. I don't, you know what I'm saying? There was. The resumes don't match.
Okay.
Matter of fact, when I interviewed Bomac and I said that, Bomac said, "Well, yeah, Errol has the better resume, but they don't make him the better fighter." But the point of the matter is that he recognized that Errol has fought the better competition, and he caught the fighters at the right time in their career, not on the downslide.
So let me say this: was it not reported that Thurman was overpricing himself?
Thurman's another one that's got 1 foot out of boxing. Thurman,
No, I'm talking about back.
Thurman's trying to get
We're
paid
talking about.
and get up out of here. Thurman ain't even been
We're
active,
talking
bro.
about at the time that Thurman had the belt.
Look, Thurman didn't want that ass.
Before, wait a minute. Before,
Thurman ran.
right.
He ran.
Okay, so but hear me out. Thurman, Garcia, Sean Porter. On that PBC side was reported. It was report that they wasn't trying to give him no play at all.
Wait a minute, say it again.
Porter was kind of put in a position where he had to just go ahead and let it go and go ahead and fight because he was mandated on the WBO side.
Well, to fight who?
Terence Crawford.
No. Sean Porter petitioned for that fight. He was not forced on that fight. He petitioned for that fight. When I interviewed Bomac, I asked Bomac, I said, well, I heard that Sean Porter's trying to push his fight. He acknowledged, he said, Sean Porter has been up at WBO offices at least 2 times this month. That was during the month that I did that interview. So no, Terence Crawford, Sean Porter wasn't pushing anything. He pushed Terence Crawford into the fight. Terence didn't want the fight. Sean went up there to the offices and he petitioned and he had meetings to force the fight. So what you're saying ain't true, brother.
Before that, Terence.
Do
you remember what happened before that though?
Which part?
Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz was supposed to fight him.
Was supposed to fight who?
Crawford. He didn't. He passed up on it.
Oh yeah, he did. He did it twice.
So Ashley, it went from Ashley, it was Porter. They made Porter number 1, then they made Virgil number 1, then they went back to Porter because Virgil wasn't taking the fight, and then they went to purse bid. And it was about to go to purse bid. Right before it went to purse bid, it was gonna be live on YouTube too. The Bob Aaron came in the 11th hour, took the purse bid off the table and paid the guys $10 million, 6 for Terence, 4 for Porter. But my thing is, both of those guys wanted that fight. Let's not act like Terence Crawford didn't want to fight Sean Porter as well, bro.
No. Actually, to be truthful, Terence wasn't checking for that fight. Sean had to force that fight, and I got that from Bomac. Go back and look at my interview.
I heard you plug the interview a couple times. I'm gonna check it out again because I've seen it. But my point is this: that don't mean Terence Crawford is quote unquote ducking or don't want that fight. But that don't
saying that.
Finish this.
They were friends. They were friends. I'm not saying that.
We'll fight each other if we have to, right? But
that's what it was.
Because he wanted to fight Errol Spence even back then. But my point, I'm trying to say all that to you. What you brought up about Kenny Porter, I thought that was kind of crazy. Like, I think that's like something you say after the fight. We didn't train for the fight. We weren't prepared for the fight. Sean didn't take the camp seriously. Did you hear what Sean Porter said about it? He said, look, me and my dad weren't on the same page.
Yeah.
It's the first time in camp that I actually told my dad no. He said, because I felt like in my biggest fights before, I was leaving stuff in the gym. So I was like, nah, I don't want to leave it all in the gym. I want to, save something for the fight. But look, all that Sean Porter wasn't ready for the fight, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Sean Porter made weight. He made 147 pounds, made it on the first attempt. Some people thought he was actually winning the fight or beating Terence and looked good in the fight. And then he got stopped. Like, so we can't have it both ways. We can't. The dude made weight. He got paid. He got in the ring. He performed. His best wasn't good enough. I'm not trying to hear that Sean Porter wasn't prepared for the fight and had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The nigga made weight, bro. He got paid.
Well, so let me ask you this: Can you make weight and yet not be prepared for the fight?
Man, that's hard. That's preparing for the fight. Making
weight. No, it's not. No, that's
47 pounds ain't easy for a grown ass man to walk around.
That's just part of your job in order to get down to weight. That don't mean that you're prepared for the fight. That means you made weight. That means you lost enough weight in order to be able to satisfy your contractual obligations. That don't mean that you're ready for the fight.
But the whole buildup was Terence Crawford didn't need to fight somebody. Was that not the buildup to even and everybody had Sean Porter beating Terence Crawford? Was it not that the hype around the fight?
Yeah, well, I guess you can say them. I guess you can say honestly
Come on now. I mean,
that Sean Porter lost the fight, and then they muddied the waters. I guess you can really you can honestly say that.
I mean, before they even fought, when it was announced, people was going, yeah, this is it, this is the one, you know. And all of a sudden, now that Kenny threw in the towel, it's something different. I don't get it. Let's talk about what's the other boxer that fought Terence Crawford? You said what's the other Kell Brook. So we could say that Kell Brook was damn as good when he fought against Errol Spence with him, right?
He had a broken eye socket and reconstructive surgery, but after the fact, he came into the Crawford fight with 2 broken eye sockets and reconstructive surgery on both eyes, and obviously PTSD from getting hit in the face.
Some people say he was winning the Crawford fight.
He won his previous 2 fights before. Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead now.
Look, when he fought Errol Spence, let's keep it a buck. He was coming back from 160. He had to come down 2 divisions and had surgery in less than a year and have to fight. When he fought Crawford, he was able to acclimate to the weight that he wanted to fight at. He didn't have a rehydration clause from the IBF. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy that y'all try to just take away all this man credit. All y'all doing is making the fight seem like it ain't crap. The fight ain't nothing then. According to you, Terence Crawford, a bum, he ain't never fought nobody, ain't did nothing. Why should people buy the fight?
Well, see, that's the whole thing, because ESPN says he's pound for pound best fighter in the world. So, you know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to see him prove that status on the biggest stage. And the fact that he was already undisputed at 140, which that's a different conversation. So, and like I said, I'm not hating. I like, you know what I'm saying? I know Bo Mac. I like Bo Mac. I like Terence as a fighter, but there's questions. I have, you know what I'm saying? We all have questions, and those questions will get answered if he would, you know, if and when he fights.
So
I disagree.
So PBC. So it seems like you have a little slight bias towards PBC.
I ain't saying about PBC, man.
Hear me out. Let me finish.
I ain't talking about them.
No, hear me out. Just hear me out. And then it seems like, because if you look at the actions of these fighters, you could tell them that once he entered that 147 division, a lot of people was running away from giving him any type of fights. He could get a fight with a PBC. Most of the fights that wanted that where we say the good fighter was on PBC side, and it was like he was being slighted, or he had to go elsewhere to get fights. So what is a man to do if he can't get a fight with Danny Garcia? He couldn't get a fight with Sean Porter, because if you go back and listen to some of the shit that Sean Porter was saying, he was sliding them too, and Danny Garcia, Carol. At that time,
those two were close friends. How was Thurman? Those two were close friends. Sean Porter and Terence Crawford were close friends. How was he sliding?
Right. Hold on. No. Sean Porter still was repping PBC side of not mentioning his name, trying to downplay him as a boxer. Because one of the things that Keith Thurman and Earl said, well, you don't have a belt.
Oh yeah, what
all of this? It was all this drama.
What did Bob Arum say about Devin Haney? What did Bob Arum say about Devin Haney? When Devin Haney wanted to fight Lomachenko and all them and whatnot, and get a title shot, what did Bob Arum say? He signed with the wrong promotional company. Bob Arum has been, and Bob Arum and Dave La Hoya and all them was going at the PBC. And I don't know how we got on this promotional company crap, but Bob Arum and De La Hoya and all them went after Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying, from the get go. Try to say that he was, you know, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but it was a bunch of BS. Bob Arum said that Al Heyman didn't exist, and also the kind of stuff. So it ain't the fighters, man. It's them individuals that treat the fighters like employees, when actually the promoter is an employee or a contractor to the fighter. And they got the game messed up. Bob Arum treat his fighters like they are his fighters. They work for him. And that's not the way the game is supposed to go. When you want to put on an event, you want to fight somebody. You hire a promoter. Bob Arum is not Al Heyman is not a promoter. He's an advisor. He doesn't have a promoter's license. He doesn't have a promoter's license.
I know because of the Ali Act. You know, yeah, he can't. But he is okay. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Well, explain to me this. Is the promoter not? Is he or is he not supposed to be working for the fighter?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So why does Bob Arum treat his fighters like they're employees? Tell them who they're going to fight and who they're not going to fight.
Okay.
If I'm paying you,
when the question comes to Earl,
you're not going to tell me how to run my event if I'm paying you to run my event.
Okay. So when the question,
let me answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Terrence Bailey. It's about the event. It's not the fighter's event.
The promoter is being paid to promote the fighter. He is not the fighter's boss.
Hold up, the promoter puts the money up too for those events a lot of times.
That ain't always a promoter. It's a network.
The network and the sanctioning bodies don't even deal with the fighter. We've heard Mauricio say it directly. We only deal with the promoter. You got to have a promoter.
Okay, so
the network don't cut the check to Shakur, and Shakur then cut Bob Arum a check. You think that's how they went last Saturday?
No. Okay. So you don't. Okay. Why does Showtime and all them have a budget if they're not paying the fighters?
I think you're missing. That's a whole different question. Yeah, they pay the fighters. But But look, a lot of times the promoter goes out and signs the guy. He finds the guy or he signs the guy. He brings him to his company. Hey, I'm going to put you on TV. I'm going to make you famous. I'm going to make you a star. I'm going to take a certain amount of cut of this purse, though. I'm going to take about 30% of your purse, right?
That's what's messed up right there. Stop right there. That's what's messed up. That's what's messed up right there. Because the promoter is going out and shopping for the fighter, and the fighter's not shopping for the promoter. That's where the game. See, right there is where the game is twisted. The fighter, these guys come like Shakur and all them coming out of the Olympics and whatnot. You know, say got a name behind him. Devin, he got some of the greatest sparring videos before he turned pro on the internet. These guys should be going in there and they shop for promoters, not promoters shopping for fighters. Trainers shop for fighters, not promoters. That's where the game messed up.
No, it sounds good in a perfect world, but the trainer ain't got the money to put you on TV. The trainer doesn't have the relationship with the venue. The trainer doesn't have the relationship with the network.
And that's the problem.
The trainer
that's the whole problem. That's the whole problem right there, though. You're reciting the problem.
My brother, that's called the business. You are not you don't have a matchmaker license. You don't have a promoter license. You are the trainer. You don't have a degree in business. You don't understand contracts. Some of these guys understand left hooks, jabs, slip counters, shit like that. They can get you ready for the fight. But for the business, some of these trainers don't understand that. They can help you with the matchmaking, even without a matchmaker license. We all understand that, but that's all. A good trainer
can do that.
I think you're missing a point, Terrence Bailey. My point is this.
I got your point.
Let me finish my sentence then, even if you did get it. Maybe other people in the audience didn't get it. That's just the way the business is. The trainer doesn't have the resources as the promoter does. That's all I'm trying to say. Resources and relationships matter in any business, especially a business like boxing that's very loosely regulated. I'll pass the mic, though. Go ahead.
Let the other brother have it. I got your point.
Yeah, I get it. I feel you, though. In the perfect world, the fighters are all, but the fighters don't come into the game on a Mayweather level. They got to work their way up. They don't come into the game where I'm gonna fight him, and I'm gonna fight him at this location. I'm gonna fight him on this day. They can't just do that. Like Shakur's a star to us on YouTube, but I go in the living room right now and ask my wife about Shakur Stevenson. She gonna say never heard of him.
It never heard of it.
I know niggas from New Jersey who don't even know Shakur Stevenson. They don't follow boxing.
And see, my wife don't follow boxing. If I go in the bedroom right now and ask her who is Shakur Stevenson, she'll say that little young boy with the pretty smile.
She know him from you though, talking about him, right? Or she know him
No,
from
no. She
he ain't on TV like that. He ain't doing Gatorade commercials. How does she know him?
because he comes across her Instagram feed.
Okay, so she follows him.
Yeah, she knows who he is. It's just like she knows who Danny Garcia is. I'm like, yeah, you would know who that pretty boy is. She's like, I ain't know, y'all. If I don't find him being pretty, I just know who he is.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? And then we here in Maryland, so you know what I'm saying. Danny Garcia is like it's like an hour and 15-minute ride away, and then Shakur, if we're going to go to Newark, that's what, a little less than 3 hours. Two or some change. So like, really, they local.
Okay. For the people just getting here, wonder what we're talking about, why we're talking about this fight again, trying to understand this thumbnail. Is it trolling or foreshadowing? WBC put this tweet out a little over an hour ago. It said, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, who wins, along with this graphic that you guys see on the screen. And I'm asking, why would they put this out? Are they just trolling us, or is it a fight coming down the line? Shout out to my guy D-Lo 404 Boxing with the super sticker. Let me give him the drop. Give him the drop. Send $3 super sticker. Let me give him the $5.
I got 5 on it.
We'll round it up. Thank you, D-Lo.
Hey, but Mark, this past weekend of boxing, man, I think put some excitement, some extra excitement in the heavyweight division. That dude, the Asian giant, I think he can get Tyson Fury at work.
Never.
No, because he's big.
He ain't even in line to fight him though, bro. He ain't even in line to fight him.
Well, he called him out.
He's not even in line to fight him. He's not even in the WBC.
I get what you're saying, but it's a call out, and I think he's got the size where Tyson Fury will probably not be able to lean on him and do all that crazy stuff to try to tire him out.
Man, dude is slow as molasses.
He got to fight him straight up. He's not gonna be able to do all that stuff that he can do on Wilder, who's naturally a thin brother. He's not with that boy. He can't do all that. So all that stuff's on the table. So he got to fight him.
I know you would like to believe that, but there's no.
I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
Okay, you like to see that. Okay.
I like to see that.
Well, that ain't happening.
Well, no, because Tyson ain't gonna take he'll take that fight. But I would love to see it.
It ain't really gonna be a fight. That's gonna be a different fight. Style makes fights. Listen, that dude, you can telegraph his shots from a mile away. You can see his shots coming, go eat dinner, come back and still see his shots coming. That's just how slow he is, man.
Well, I'm not being smart. Man, you got something in your mouth?
I'm sorry?
Are you eating?
Are you eating something?
I had something in my mouth. I had something in my mouth, yeah.
Okay. That's a very annoying sound.
Well, I don't have anything. I'm not doing anything now.
But yeah, I don't. I think it'd be a good fight. Whether it happened or not, that's a different story. But I think it'd be a good fight. And if you as a fighter, if you ain't got nothing else popping, and somebody call you out, go ahead and get that money. I mean, if there's money to be made. Now, you fight somebody, there's no money to be made. Somebody call you out and you're not going. It's not going to draw a crowd. Then I understand you're not taking it.
So, what did Zane say after his post conference? His post conference.
He said he would knock out Tyson Fury. He said he guaranteed a knockout.
Did he not say that he's 39 years old? You don't have too much time to waste.
Exactly. So, and you know what I'm saying. So, get that fight going because Tyson Fury ain't got nothing else going on. What's going on with him in the fight with Alexander Usyk.
Right now, they're looking at. It's been rumored that they're trying.
They fighting in December in the Saudi. According to Bob Arum, he said the Saudis basically got so much money put up for this fight, like ain't nobody can compete with their site fee and what they're willing to pay to have to fight over there. So it's going to be a big fight in Saudi Arabia in the winter. In the winter. So so that fight is very well can happen in this winter, Terrence Bailey. But look, let me play this real quick. Let me show this.
I'm trying to go fight in Saudi Arabia. Goddamn.
Say you what?
I said I'm trying to go fight in Saudi Arabia. They're doing all that. I'll fight a goat.
All right, let me say this. Leticia Crawford tweeted this out 53 minutes ago. Shout out to Food Revolution. She said, I'm just ready for them to announce this damn fight 53 minutes ago. So she's talking like how we talking right now. So does she know something? Is she a credible source? She is the sister of the champ. She said, I'm just ready for them to announce this damn fight.
Well, that means the fight is done. If she's saying that she's waiting for them to announce it, then that basically means that she's like, why y'all procrastinating? We're going ahead and announcing it. Everything is done. Everything's signed. So what's the problem now? You know what I'm saying? Why would she say, I just want y'all to announce the fight and she know ain't nothing been signed, ain't nothing been negotiated, no nothing. That's done.
Man, that's awesome.
Somebody like her would only say that if the stuff has been signed, still delivered, and they got a date, they got a venue, and they got the whole 9 yards. And it's like, okay, well, why y'all sitting on it?
Man.
That's my personal opinion.
I'm not jumping.
I mean, why else would she say that? She didn't say.
I don't know. I'm not jumping.
She didn't say why are y'all moving slow in negotiations. She didn't say none of that. She didn't say why Errol Spence bullshitting. She didn't say that. She didn't say why ain't my brother signed his contract. She didn't say that. She said why ain't y'all announcing it?
Well, again, I'm gonna wait till I hear from Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, because all this other shit been just. But
think about it though. She said, "Why ain't you announcing it?" So okay, so everything else must be done. But otherwise, she was saying some other shit like Errol bullshitting, Errol on his punk shit, some crazy mess like that, or you know what I'm saying? I lost confidence in my brother because he don't want this fight. Well, she would never say that. But I'm just saying. But she said, "Why ain't you announcing it?" That means some stuff is signed.
I don't know, bro. Hey, listen, if I'm not going with it until I hear from Errol and Terence Crawford. When I hear from them, it
ain't nothing to go with right now. I mean, that's a tweet from her. I mean, we Vail tweeted that we could pull all kind of mess out of that. Don't mean that it's anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta wait for the announcement.
All right, shout out to my sister Femi. Thanks for donating to the channel. Appreciate you. Let me give her the drop. Appreciate you for supporting the show in a major.
I got 5 on it.
Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you in a major way. Let me read a couple of these comments in the chat. I know Boxing said he said Mikey Garcia. He said the one fighter, I guess they was talking basically, they said Errol Spence has never beat an undefeated champion and took his belts. He's never beat an undefeated champion and took his belt. Now that's a fact though. Never beat an undefeated champion, took his belts. Also, if you compare their records, Crawford has fought more undefeated guys. He's fought more champions than Errol Spence. So I know Boxing replied with, he said, the undefeated fighter Errol Spence fought was Mikey Garcia is more accomplished than all the undefeated fighters Bud fought combined. Prove me wrong.
Oh, wow.
Wow. One fight later, a guy came up from like,
he almost had an argument until you bring in Sean Porter. So no. I don't think Mikey Garcia is more accomplished than Sean Porter. Sean Porter fought everybody in the 147 division, 2-time champ. He actually in amateur, he actually has a win over Alexander Usyk. I don't think.
But peep this though, man. This is This is why I said it's funny talking to some of these chat guys, right? The guys who just chat all day instead of calling or beaming in. They chat. They chatty patties. Like I laugh at them because they know they can't stand in front of me with this bullshit. They get time to type, Google, and all that. You can't stand in front of me with bullshit narratives like this. Come and crush you. Now, you guys can't have it both ways. You can't say Terence Crawford ain't never did nothing at 147, but say Errol Spence's best win is Mikey Garcia, who did nothing at 147, never won a title.
It never heard of
It's
it.
insane, bro. That's insane. That's double talking. You can't say that. You can't say.
He got to 147 and immediately went on a downslide. He didn't know if he wanted to box or race cars, and then all them guys was too big for him at that weight. The brother was actually fat at that weight, so no, wasn't happening.
Yeah. D-Lo 44 said, I think he said, I think they may have made a costly mistake not making the Spence versus Crawford fight ahead of Tank versus Ryan. Folks want what they want. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that was bad?
No.
I'll answer first. I think it was good because both of these guys are seeing the promotion and the amount of money spent on the promotion. They seeing how the fanfare around it. Also, you can use an event like this to fund the other fight. You can use an event that's like a popularity contest. Some people are saying it's more of it's a contest. It's no real title on the line. You can use that to fund an undisputed match, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. As much as I love this fight between Spence and Crawford, and I think both of these guys are tremendous competitors, I don't think it's gonna sell. It's gonna do Tank and Ryan numbers. I don't think it's gonna sell out in a day. I don't think it's gonna be a T-Mobile Arena, the 2 press conference tours. I don't think they're gonna be talking the talk like these guys was talking. I just don't think. Also, it's 2 black guys versus black versus Hispanic. When you get those 2, plus Spence and Crawford are split in the fans base, the 2 black guys. So I don't think it is gonna. I disagree with D-Lo very rarely, but I got to disagree with him on this one. But I'll let you guys take the floor. Do you think this was a costly mistake not making Spence versus Crawford ahead of Tank versus Ryan, even though Tank versus Ryan is selling?
I think so I'm gonna come from this angle. I think that it was not costly. I think it's better that Tank Davis fight went ahead of them, because of the deal that Terence Crawford was getting last year. I think he's getting a better deal this year.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot better. I think you guys gonna find out that deal that was talked about last year is totally different from the contract that they going with this year.
Why would they?
That makes zero sense. He agreed to everything last year, so why be any different this year?
Because they wasn't the fight wasn't going on. They already said that. First of all, it wasn't even a contract. It was just in the
negotiation.
term. Right. So because of Terence Crawford doing the moves that he made, I think put him in a better position for getting a better deal.
No, man.
I guarantee you get a better deal. What you want to do?
He fought that other dude, and the whole mess was a flop. And he basically put a bad taste in the other camp's mouth by, you know what I'm saying, not even saying, hey, look, I got this other fight, you know what I'm saying, I could possibly do. I can go there and I can get 10 million or whatever the hell it was and whatnot. Just like they said, you know what I'm saying, if you had that on the table, all you had to do was
Warren, because you're talking over him a little bit, and I'm gonna go after that.
They said all you had to do was let us know that you was gonna go here and make some money. We ain't gonna start making no doggone money. You know what I'm saying? Just circle the block, come on back. So and because he went over there and fought a scrub on an upstart channel, upstart platform or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I would say I would have been a fool not to take that money if he could get that fight faster. You know what I'm saying? Tune up. And my personal opinion, from how he looked in that fight, he needed to tune up. that is not that fight is not saying it has no bonding or anything or anything with negotiation with Errol Spence about him getting more money. If anything, the fact that the fight didn't draw no views and didn't say and wasn't a popular fight amongst the fight fans, actually I would say diminishes his stock. It did the exact opposite. That what you said made no sense.
Let him finish, Warren, because I got somebody else just trying to talk after him. Just pull it up on the panel. I don't know if you can see the screen.
Yeah, I'm just saying that whole thing did not do him any favors because nobody really tuned in. They didn't have a high views.
I got you. Let me let my boy D-Lo 404 jump in here. D-Lo, let me give him the drop. Thanks again for supporting the show with another super stick.
I'll give you the $2.
I don't have a $3 drop, so I'm gonna
I'll give you the $2. You give him the $2. All right, pay him the $2. Oh, pay the $2.
Plus, YouTube keep $1 out of that $3, so so yeah, it was too. Go ahead, D-Lo 404 boxing, my brother. How you feel? What's the deal? I gotta resubscribe to your YouTube channel, man. Facebook. Your Facebook channel.
Your Facebook has some issues, then.
Man, they took my Facebook when I did that Roy Jones video, man. When I had Mike Williams Sr. up here, and he was going in on Roy Jones. Enough people about it. Facebook took my Facebook.
Wow, I didn't know what happened. I remember you saying something about something was going on with it.
Yeah, I had to create a whole new one, so I need to resubscribe over there to your channel, man. But thank you for always letting me plug the content over there. But make sure you plug your Facebook link in the chat as well. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yeah, man. I should be asleep right now, but I've been listening for a while. I just haven't been around my phone. I just got to my phone about 30 minutes ago, but I've been listening to it in my Bluetooth. But the reason I said what I said about them making a costly mistake, it was the mistake. To me, I don't think I wasn't saying it as if it hurts the Spence Crawford fight. I was saying it hurts the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight. And the reason I say that is because of, people saying, just like you said earlier, they ain't buying nothing until they get the Spence Crawford fight. And then when they come out and they say that, it's going to be announced at this fight and this, that, and the other, well, I think even that kind of makes people even more skeptical about it, in terms of are they really going to make the fight. I feel like if they want to help the Ryan and Tank fight, and I know the fight will probably do well with the casuals, but I think if they want to get the diehards who actually don't care a whole lot about Tank versus Ryan, like they do Crawford versus Spence, I think they will be well served by going ahead and announcing Crawford versus Spence if they've actually made that fight before Ryan versus Tank happens. Like they should have been announcing it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or Monday morning, rather. I know it's Monday now, actually. But they should have been announcing it, should announce it today so that people know that, okay, that I can support this fight because I'm actually going to get the fight that I really want to see as well. And that was my whole point, behind it. And I'm not saying everybody has to agree with me. Maybe I'm off base, but that was the reason I said that.
But my brother, and let me reply to you briefly. I know you said you got to go and you tired. I don't want to keep you up too long, but I do want to propose this one thing to you. Is it possible that this fight is already sold? Last time I checked, it ain't no seats for Ryan and Tank. It's the hottest ticket. Like, people are reselling tickets for as high as $50,000. So that fight is doing what it do. Pay-per-view.
I'm on top of pay-per-view, Mark.
Okay. Well, you don't think people are gonna buy this Tank versus Ryan fight if that many people can't, this fight was sold out in what, a day or two? Like, that means a lot of people can't even get into the arena. That means they're gonna buy the fight, my brother.
Yeah, I think the casual fans and some of those people, their target audience will, but I think they're still gonna miss out on a lot of diehard fans if they don't go ahead and announce this Spence Crawford fight. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I never thought that we were the target when it comes to Tank versus Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the whole time the target audience was the Twitter followers, the social media followers, and the casual fans, because they feel like, they got us anyway. Either we're gonna buy it or we're not gonna buy it.
I
But
agree.
there's a lot more of them than there are of us, as I say all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is that for when it comes to these big events, if they can get them in, they care more about getting them in than they do about us, because there's a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. Anybody want to reply? Terrence Bailey, Warren G.
Yeah, well, I got a question. When it comes to the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight, who do you think is the one that's driving the ticket sales? I personally don't have an opinion on it, but I like to hear everybody else's opinion. Who is the one you think is actually driving the ticket sales? And I say that based on the fact that Tank has a history of selling out. I don't think Ryan does, but Ryan has how many millions of Instagram followers? Which I'm on record saying many times that does not translate into buys. That's on Instagram. They want to see him in his underwear. I mean, they want to see him fight.
Well,
So-
look, this is the first time on pay-per-view, so this is gonna be the litmus test for Tank Davis, for Ryan Garcia.
Well, it's already sold out. So I'm saying,
You said pay-per-views, not right? You said Instagram fans don't translate into pay-per-view buys. I disagree with you on that because
yeah, I did say that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm listening, my brother. Because Ryan Garcia never been on pay-per-view, but I got to disagree with you slightly because Jake Paul has been selling for a while. He keep putting asses in seats and he's selling fights. And he's
a reality star though. Like he was getting he was making millions of dollars on YouTube before he ever walked into a boxing gym.
Exactly, and they buy his fights.
He's a novelty.
But look, it's not
Ryan
hard.
Garcia is not a novelty.
My brother, Ryan Garcia ain't never been on pay-per-view. We don't know what he gonna do, but you can't have it both ways though. Let me take this call real quick. I think this is my boy Sam. 509, you on the line. Tell him your name, where you from, family.
Hey, what's up? It's Sam from Washington.
Sam, turn the YouTube down in the background, my brother.
It's down.
All right, talk to me, Sam. What's your take on this topic? Is the WBC trolling us, or are they foreshadowing with this tweet? Terrence, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who wins?
Man, it's happening, man. I think that what's going on is, yes, the Tank and Ryan fight is sold out, but a lot of people go to Vegas for fights even if they can't get tickets.
Yeah.
And it's a huge thing. I got family in Vegas. They work in the industry down there. And so if they announce the Spence Crawford fight, people are going to be like, you know what? I'm holding on to my coins, and I'm going to wait for that fight. So I think they're trying to monetize the Tank Ryan fight for all they can, because they know that the Spence Crawford fight's going to sell. They know that that's going to be a huge thing. And I'd like to comment on the panel member. He was talking about that Ryan doesn't really have that following that I do think Instagram people buy fights. And I think Ryan is aging. He's getting a little older. So his fan base is getting older. And so that changes their financial abilities. They make more money, blah, blah, blah. But I think what people are forgetting is, and I don't think anybody's getting it, but the fact is Ryan's Mexican, and the Mexicans show up to fights.
Yep.
Mexicans buy fights. They are one of the most faithful fan bases of boxing there is. And I think Ryan brings a lot to the table as far as them being able to sell tickets and pay-per-views. More so than, and there's a lot of Mexicans. That's bottom line. There's a lot of Mexicans, man, and they love boxing.
Hey, look, let me ask you this. So what do you think of Leticia Crawford putting this tweet out? I don't know if you can see the screen, Sam, but she says, this was about an hour ago. She said, I'm just ready for them to announce this damn fight. Biting her nails, right? She said, announce the fight. I want to go back to what Terrence Bailey Sr. said. He said, she didn't say, I'm ready for them to finish the negotiation with this fight. I'm ready for them to do what. No, she said, I'm ready for them to announce this as if this is done. This is his sister, man. If anybody knows something, Tisha knows.
I honestly think the fight's done. I think it's going to happen. I think it has to happen, man. There's too much money. There's too much money at stake for everybody. And I think it's going to happen. I think it's done. I think that April Fool's thing, it got out too early. It got leaked. I believe the fight's going to happen. It's going to get done. There's just too much money to be made. And, you know, promoters and this, you know, the whole thing why it hasn't happened before, they realize that there's a window to make this money. The promoters are basically pimps. And they realize this whole getting old.
Sam? I don't think everybody heard you. Say that again.
I said these promoters are basically pimps, and this hoe is getting old. And pretty soon she ain't gonna sell. See what I'm saying? And they got to go ahead and get that money while it's fresh. That's just what it is. And
that brother is co-signing what I already said. Thank you, brother.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Please don't talk over the caller. When he leaves, I'm gonna let y'all respond to everything he said. Go ahead, Sam.
You know, that's what it's boiling down to. Al Heyman don't give two shits about Terence Crawford or their legacy, but he also knows Spence ain't getting no younger either. And his lifestyle means his shelf life is Spence ain't gonna have a long shelf life, man. The Rex, the drinking and all that kind of stuff, they gotta go ahead and maximize this now. The writing's on the wall.
Oh,
and so I believe it's happening. I believe that Terence's sister knows, and I also think that was pre-planned. I think that was. I don't think that was an accident that she said that. I think they're playing everybody.
She had permission. Like she didn't just say this. She had permission. She had permission from bro to say this.
I think that you let out. I think leaks can be subjective. I think they could be planned. Hey, okay, to do this. Let's keep it out there. Keep it out there. Keep the heat going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, if there was a gag order, if Terence was to go to her and say, "Look, don't say shit, don't say nothing," then she wouldn't say nothing. Maybe to her friends, but she's putting a tweet out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just like people just ain't that loose. But you can say, yeah, go ahead and put this out. I believe there's a strategy to all that.
Okay, I got a question for you. Since you brought up strategy, D-Lo44 said early. Damn, I should have started. Saved it. D-Lo said, "Hey, look, they messed up." What was the word? I don't want to misquote you, D-Lo.
Well, he basically already kind of gave his take on that when he said that it's advantageous for them not to announce the fight because people might want to. They may want to only buy one or the other, so they might want to go ahead and go to Vegas to support this fight. So it would be advantageous to the promoters to announce it after the Ryan Tate fight. So he kind of already disagreed with it.
Okay, so my question, and to combine everything everybody else was talking about, they were talking about, hey, look, Mexican fan base buys a lot of boxing. Can we all agree to that? Warren G, Terrence Bailey, D-Lo, Sam, can we all agree the Mexican fan base or the Latino fan base in general? You know what I'm saying?
Hispanic. Yeah. Okay. They were number one drivers. Yeah.
All right. So would it be? So who said this in the chat? Somebody said this in the chat. I think it was my boy Greg Williams. He said, "That's why you announce it in front of a Mexican audience." Duh.
You announced the fight at the Tank and Ryan fight, which is on the 22nd. I said in the chat too. That's when you announced the fight.
Hold on. I was trying to get Sam's opinion on it. Sam, what do you think of that idea? Because you brought up strategy. Do you think this is a strategy, even with like these cryptic tweets that came out? Well, Spence even said, I can pull his Twitter back up. He was like, I'm not gonna chill until I get ... Somebody say you ain't fought in such a. He was like, well, strip me then. So the young man is talking in codes. Then you get this WBC tweet, the next day. So Spence tweeted that out he was on the Twitter run on Saturday. WBC tweets this about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago now. They said, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who wins? I don't think the WBC is trolling. I'm going to keep it a buck between y'all. I don't think they're trolling. And then about a little over an hour ago, right after that, Leticia Crawford tweets this. Shout out to my sister, Leticia Crawford, man. She said, I'm just waiting for them to announce this damn fight. Is all of this strategic, Sam from Washington? Because I ain't talked to you in a minute. I miss you, though, bro. Don't be a stranger, man.
Oh, I'm lurking. You just don't see me sometimes.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
yes, sir.
man, I do believe it's a strategy. I think, because look, a tweet goes a long ways. You know, and look how it blew up last time. They're just keeping it in people's ear. But they're trying to maximize the fights they have scheduled. That's what PBC is trying to do. They don't want to announce nothing right now, because I'm telling you, people will pull their dollars back. They want to get people that maximize the fight they got. Then they announce at the fight. I believe they're going to announce at the fight, or shortly after. But I would assume that at the fight would be the best time.
So you think we're gonna, like, if we see Errol Spence, because you know they be showing people and celebrities walking in, Sam. If we see Errol Spence, if we see Terence Crawford walking in that damn arena, something is up. He's not just coming to watch the fight. If we see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford walking into that damn arena, they're not just there to watch that fight, right?
Well, you know, Terence shows up to fights all the time, so he's really a fan of the sport, so to speak.
And yeah,
Errol
is
friends. You know, him and Tank go way back.
Okay.
But I agree with you, Mark. I think they're both going to be there. I think they're both going to be there anyway.
I know Devin Haney said he's going to be there, and he want to fight
everybody.
Devin Haney,
honestly, this Tank Ryan fight, everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there for that fight. All the fighters going to be there. The athletes are going to be there. Anybody who's already been kicked, lost in the NBA, you know, who's ever out is going to be there. You know, everybody's going to be there, and that's why I think they're waiting to announce it then.
I mean, Mike Tyson even said that he gonna be there with his team of people. So,
yeah,
you know,
everybody's going to be there.
Everybody that's who's is going to be there. But again, I'm going to wait until I hear from Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, man. But I do agree that they don't want sponsorship. They got to understand that there's a lot of sponsorship that's going to be for this fight. And if you announce Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, those sponsorships probably say, you know what, I'm going to save my money for them.
But no, it's already spent, though. The money already spent. The check being kept.
I mean, you still got time to you still got time to get more sponsorships and this, that, and the other, you know.
Bro, the money spent. The fight is in less than 7 days.
I'm not talking about networks. I'm talking about sponsorships. People that, you know,
I'm talking
for other things too. And you can get sponsorship just for the venue itself.
Warren, the person whose name gonna be on the ring apron, they already got that printed. It's less than 7 days.
It's more than one sponsorship. You got a bunch of different sponsors.
Let me say it again. They're not taking any more. There's no way you about to add your name to that ring apron right now.
It's not about the ring apron. You can have it you can have advertisement going around the venue itself. It don't have to be right there in right there at ringside. You could be having sponsorships while you playing casino, while you're at the casino. You know what I'm saying?
Warren is because, and I just want y'all to just ride with me on this. They announced this Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight while they were still trying to sell tickets for Benavidez and Plant. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
That metaphor that you use right there, if that was the case, Warren, they wouldn't have did that with Benavidez and Plant, who really needed a boost. They didn't do this then. So this Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence thing, I disagree with you far as they holding it for like advertisers, like because
I'm saying if they would announce Terence Crawford right now and Errol Spence, some of those sponsorships will save their money for that particular fight instead of just putting it on Tank Davis and Ryan.
Man, no. That ain't got
because those people who got the money for that. Let me say this, and let me get the caller. Let the caller jump back in after this. Those people who got the money for that, like that, Warren, they got the money. This ain't affected in one way.
No, y'all looking at y'all look. You got to look at the newspaper. You have to look at the newspaper. Their ads. Hold on.
No. You telling me?
Go ahead.
You cut me off.
Go ahead.
I'm going. In the words of Chris Rock, I'm going to. Right after he got slapped. I'm going to. Warren, what I'm trying to say is, A lot of those sponsors are already paid. The people, if you got big money like that to put up for that, you're gonna put it up for this one and that one. Like, oh, like what sponsors are you talking about? Like, nah, I'm penny pinching right now. I can't put no money on this fight. I was gonna spend money, bro. If you was gonna spend money to sponsor and put up for this Tank Davis fight versus Ryan Garcia, you did it already.
And no doubt, you got a bunch of sponsors that's calling right now saying, when is the Terence Crawford Errol Spence fight? We want to get some airtime. Yeah, what you said made no sense.
All right, well, fair enough. Let me go back to Sam, go to D-Lo 404, and we can pass it around after that.
Well, I like to add that I want to go back to what I was saying about people going to Vegas. They have like watch parties. You know what I mean? They have venues that show the fight for the overflow for people that can't get in the fight. Like Pacquiao Mayweather. I couldn't get a ticket for the fight, but being in Vegas was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be there. So you pay $100 to watch it someplace. You know what I'm saying? They get kickbacks off that too. So that's what I meant. You don't want to announce a big fight like Crawford and Spence too early, because I'm telling you, people are going to hold their change. I'm be like, oh hell no, I ain't going to Vegas. I'm gonna go when that fight's happening. Now, here's the thing though, Crawford and Spence is so big, you might spend money to go see, or at least be in Vegas during the Ryan Tank Davis fight. Then Crawford Spence happens. Guess what? You go dig in your pocket again if you're a real boxing fan, because those are the people that are showing up, and you go spend it again because that's a fight you've been waiting on forever. So I think they're just trying to squeeze the lemon and get all the juice out of it.
Son, but why they didn't do that why they didn't wait to announce this fight and do that with Plant versus Benavidez to push this Tank versus Ryan fight? Why they didn't do that for that? Because that's all I'm trying to say. Because
they didn't need it. They didn't need to.
And I agree with you on that. They didn't need to. That fight sells itself from the Mike Tyson stuff and all of that.
Yeah, they didn't need to.
Right. And all I'm trying to say is this. Food Revolution, she said, let him live, Martinez. You're not going to convince him of otherwise. He ain't ready to learn. All I want to say is this, though, Food Revolution, and to everybody listening on the panel, on the phone line, on the chat. The people who are going to see Tank versus Ryan in less than 7 days, I don't know everybody who's going to be there. I don't know everybody's finances, but I'm going to take a wild guess on this. 90%, 95% of those people, fuck it, I'm gonna go high on it. 95% of the people who are gonna be in that building already got their ticket. They already got a flight and a hotel too. I'm sorry.
You know what them tickets cost?
The people who are going to the fight are already going to the fight. The people gonna be in the building already gonna be in the building. They already bought their ticket. They already bought their hotel.
You know what I mean? You know what some tickets cost, bro?
I'm just saying, whoever that's a whole nother conversation. I'm just telling you,
it's only gonna be the elites that's gonna be there.
I'm telling you, whoever got the money to buy that ticket, though, Terrence Bailey, they got the money to buy a hotel and a flight already. Those same people who got the money to buy these expensive ass tickets, they definitely got the money to come back for a Spence versus Crawford fight in June.
Man, they come in their own personal planes and got a Bentley or a Maybach or a Bugatti rented waiting for them.
You preaching to the choir, brother. That's all I'm trying to say.
They coming in their own planes. They ain't catching no commercial flights. They coming in their own planes. That's a rich man's event, the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight.
Pudo, I said, see, I love people like Pudo. They love the show, but they love the show just to argue with me, and I love that shit too, because I'm built for this shit, homie. I rewind the tape. I said the people who got a fight ticket, the people got a ticket who gonna be in the building, they already got a flight in a hotel. See, he's trying to make words. See, Pudo got a flight in a hotel, but he missed out on the ticket. I said money for the ticket and bought the ticket already got a flight in a hotel.
Hey, Marq. Hey, Marq. Pay attention to detail.
Man, you got to pay attention to the details, baby. Got to pay attention to the.
Hey, look. Hey,
the pen. He don't even know the timer on the boom. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the time on the boom.
Yeah. Hey. They got in our language, so he get a half left front lean rest position and start pushing.
Front lean rest position. Move.
Exercise. 1, 2, 3.
We used to tell
Being
them
stupid.
they used to say beat your face. They can't even say beat your face no more. They used to say beat your face. That just means
They can't say beat your face. They can't cuss. They can't give you a knife hand. They can't do nothing.
yeah, they got
Are you
do the knife hands no more?
No knife
are you
hands.
serious?
We about to have the worst military in the freaking world, and we about to start losing wars because
Terrence Bailey, we got to do that on another episode. That definitely sounds like a members only episode. I need your number. Put your number in the private chat so I can hit you up for one of those too, Terrence Bailey.
all right, I got you.
Or your email, whatever you feel comfortable with. Let me go to Sam from Washington again. I'm sorry, D-Lo 404. Did you give me your take on that?
I think so, but I do want to answer the original question about the WBC and about the tweets and all that. I also feel like they're all kind of like tea leaves to keep everybody enticed and engaged and interested in the fight. And I think that the fight's made as well. Not saying that nothing can't happen and make it not happen between now and whatever the announcement is. But I think we're gonna get an announcement pretty soon, whether it's at that fight or shortly thereafter. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before on this stuff, especially about these two.
Yeah, Sam from Washington. Sam from Washington, you believe the fight is happening though? Leticia Crawford
I
didn't
do.
tweet this for nothing.
More so than I ever did before. Mark, this is just financial.
Speak on
There's just too money. There's too much money to be made to let it just go away.
Well, they said it ain't a lot of money on it. People need to invest in themselves. Terence Crawford don't but these guys ain't investing and believing in themselves. They want high guarantees, but they don't want to bet on themselves type stuff. That's what.
Yeah, a lot of people say a lot of things, and I'm saying what I believe. And I have no proof. I have nothing to back it up. But what I'm going to say is, for a guy that doesn't, I don't know how people think that same people that are stealing pay-per-views for Terence Crawford don't steal pay-per-views for Errol Spence. I believe that all these pay-per-view numbers are exaggerated. I think that PBC. You ever notice how the PBC always has the best pay-per-view numbers? You ever notice how it's always it's always this. It's always the same people, the same group of people, the same promoters that always have the best pay-per-view numbers.
They got the best fighters, bro. They got the best fighters. They got the fighters everybody want to see. I mean, like PBC's stable of 147 and 140 pound fighters. Is much deeper than what Top Rank got. I mean, I don't understand the logic in that.
Okay. So what you're saying is PBC fans are too dumb to stream because they're paying for these fights, but the Terence Crawford fans aren't paying for them. They say they're stealing streams. That's one of the big arguments they say.
That should tell you something about the fighter, not about the people. If people would steal a Terence Crawford stream, but pay for a Sean Porter or Errol Spence or Deontay Wilder stream. Matter of fact, Deontay Wilder's fight with Tyson Fury, the last fight, they said they lost over 30 or $40 million to illegal streams. So actually, that's not true either.
So again, it looks like wherever you're giving PBC a pass and everybody else not a pass. Is that what because that's what it seemed like to me. Every time somebody say something about PBC, it seems like you're on that, you biased to that.
No,
and so it sounds like you're being biased.
I'm not biased.
Being biased, sir.
I am not biased. What I'm saying is the fact that these who has the deepest stable? Is it PBC or is it Top Rank? Ask me that one question. Let's get that done with.
What's the question?
Well, it depends on where you what point you're coming from.
Hear the question.
147, 140, 135. Who has the deepest stable? PBC or
Top Rank? Top Rank at 135.
Okay, so 140 and 147.
Top rank at 140. I think it's even at 140.
Okay, and why you say it's even?
What Terrence Bailey? You asking you answering questions with questions, then you asking more questions. Like let's just address what he said. If you don't have a bias, you don't have a bias. But
No, I ain't got a bias. So I'm like, well,
fair enough.
The facts are out there. I'm just saying that you know what I'm saying, that a lot of the African American and Latino fighters will go to have been going to the PBC. Actually, I seen situations where fighters were being ridiculed and teased for being with Top Rank. So I mean by other fighters. So no, it's not me being biased. I'm looking at what I see.
Huh? Okay, so who at 135, the out of the top 5 fighters at 135, where most of them from?
And y'all playing guessing games with
Yeah,
each other.
Man, it's
Where are they from? The top 5 fighters, most out of the top 5 fighters, most of them from 135 is from it's from Top Rank. At 140, if you look at the top 5, if you look at the top 5 fighters,
you can stop right there because the pay-per-view numbers all that kind of BS is done by ESPN, and Bob Arum is with ESPN, so he's stopping.
That's not all the pay-per-view numbers don't come from ESPN. Shit.
No.
What are you talking about, bro?
Pound for pound. The pound for pound rankings come from ESPN.
Again, the top 5 fighters at 135, who are they?
Okay, well look, the top guy is Devin Haney. Let's just start there.
Yeah,
you know
Devin Haney, Devin Haney, Jamel Charlo, and there's a couple others.
Terrence
I said 135. I said 135, sir.
I got it. I don't want to mute people mics, but when y'all talk,
I'm done.
All what he's saying is true though, Terrence Bailey. 135, most of the top guys are on Top Rank, and the majority and it's 3. You got Loma, you got Devin with all the hardware, and you also have Shakur Stevenson. That's Top Rank.
Well, okay, hold on. You really can't count Devin in there. Devin's on a limited deal.
Oh my God!
No, sir.
Devin is independent, and he's on a limited deal in order to get the undisputed. And once that's done, matter of fact, this is his last fight, and he's out of there.
About the future, bro. We talking about right now. Who knows? Terrence Crawford might sign a deal with PBC or Showtime. We're talking about right now, and as it stands right now, yeah, you got to give it the Top Rank. They got the lightweight division. They got the guy who got all the hardware in Devin Haney. There's no way around that.
Okay, well, let me tell you my thinking on that. Why I say what I say.
You don't like the white?
No, because what? What do you say?
I said you don't like the white man. Remember, I still got you.
I ain't never say that, and he calls himself a Jew, so I don't consider him a white man. So anyway,
hold on, Terrence Bailey, you never said that. You know I got your drop still saved now. You want to hear it? Hold on, I got your drop. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, I'm glad you found it. Anyway, hey, look,
everything black man.
Devin,
hold on, y'all didn't hear it? Let me play it, Terrence. Here we go.
The goddamn white man is the motherfucking devil. He kills everything that a black man ever created.
That's you.
Well, find the goddamn lie. But anyway,
I'm surgical with this shit. Y'all better stop playing with me, dog.
Hold on. Let's take a trip down memory lane.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
When Devin wanted to fight with one of the top ranked fighters, Bob Arum said he picked the wrong promotional company, meaning he don't get no play over here. Bob Arum used the fact that Devin was willing to go all the way to Australia and all that stuff in order to get him.
That has nothing to do with anything, Terrence Bailey. The fact is, they have the undisputed champion. They got Lomachenko and they got Shakur Stevenson. That's 3 of the top 5 guys at that division, bro. That's all.
Loma is one of the 3 top guys in the division.
Yeah, he's one of the 3 top. He's
at 135.
He could be number 5. You can have him at number 5. He's in the top 5 though, right?
ESPN is not even saying he's on a pound for pound list anymore.
I ain't asking about what they got
because they about because they know he about to take an L.
Right now because
Yeah.
of this point. You know what I'm saying? I think we're just being argumentative. We can't deny that Lomachenko is a top 5 lightweight in the world.
No, he's not.
He is one. That's why he getting a title too. Devin is one.
That's all Bob Arum. That's all Bob Arum. Lomachenko was a hype guy from the get-go.
Can I throw something in there?
Terrence Bailey, who's your top 5 lightweights?
I think people have a limited window. We're looking at United States. Lomachenko has a global following, so he has his own viewership. It's just like Amir Khan when he fought Terence Crawford. When you get these international fighters, people always want to think about what's here. He's big in the Ukraine. He's big in Europe. So Lomachenko gets viewership.
Are they going to?
Why are they not buying his fights? And why has he not done no pay-per-views then? And that's the case.
I love that. I love when people ask that question. Let me answer that real quick. Their business model hasn't been a pay-per-view model. Their business model has been we're on an app and we sending fights to this app. That's what we promised ESPN. That's what we're doing. We sending people to the app. Now, if it's a super duper mega fight, especially a cross promotion company like where we dealing with Showtime and PBC and we doing a cross promotion with ESPN, yeah, they'll put that on pay-per-view. But but Anthony Joshua is major. He ain't fighting on pay-per-view, fight on the app. That's the business model. They push the app. You know what I'm saying? But hold up, no, I answered your question. Now let him finish because you cut him off to ask that question. I had to answer that. Lomachenko been fighting on the app because they've been pushing the app. But that's what he been doing. But this fight right here, Devin Haney big enough with Loma. Yeah, they gonna put this one on pay-per-view. But it's still a fair price, $59.99. But yeah, that motherfucker's a big guy, man. Who are your top 5 lightweights? That's what somebody asked in the chat, Terrence Bailey. If you don't have Loma in your top 5 lightweights, who's top 5 lightweights?
I got Devin, Tank, Shakur, the Devin, Tank, Shakur, and what's the boy name out of Newport News?
You don't even know his name? You talking about Keyshawn Davis?
Yeah, Keyshawn.
He's still at top, right?
Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, right. He named.
Hey, look, y'all making it about promotional things, I'm just combating the conversation because it's not about the promotional stuff. Because promotional people should be working for the fighter.
Terrence, I need your 5th lightweight. You said Devin.
No, hold on. Let me revamp that.
Yeah.
Number.
I lost him. Did I click off or did he click off? Yeah, we getting too emotional sometimes. We just gotta.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Devin, number 1. Who's number 2, 3, 4, and 5?
Devin number 1, Tank number 2, Frank number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Keyshawn Davis and shit. I can see his damn face.
And Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah. Well,
right.
damn, no.
That's
Yeah. For right now, yeah.
Let me recap this real quick, and I want y'all to hear the bullshit in this answer, man.
The bullshit in this answer.
Oh yeah, bullshit. It's bullshit,
those are my opinions. How's it bullshit?
I'll let you answer, but I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit. You said Devin, Shakur, Keyshawn, Frank Martin, and what was the other one?
Tank Davis.
And Tank Davis. Do y'all see a trend going with this right here?
What's the trend? I missed it something.
I'm gonna tell you the trend. This is the trend right here.
The goddamn white man is the motherfucking devil. He kills everything that a black man ever created.
Oh my God. Y'all notice the trend right there? Did y'all notice the trend? Let me hear it one more time.
The goddamn white man is the motherfucking devil. He kills.
Yo, it sounds like you picked your 5 best black fighters, Terrence. And the reason why I say that, because Lomachenko has accomplished more, not just in boxing in 3 divisions, but just the lightweight division alone. He's accomplished more than Shakur. Shakur just had his first fight at lightweight. Hold on. I'll let you talk.
They was dropping off the list.
You got to get this smoke, brother.
There's no smoke.
His first fight ever at lightweight. Ain't won nothing at lightweight. Keyshawn Davis still a prospect. Ain't won nothing. Ain't even a contender yet. And I like these guys, but you're wrong. And when I say I love these dudes' fighting style, I love what they doing. As far as I know, they all live clean boxing lifestyles too. No drinking, smoking, partying, doing all crazy shit. Your other guy you named, Frank Martin, still a prospect. Hasn't accomplished anything at 135. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Hey, Mark.
But you put
okay. How are you supposed to put a high value on Lomachenko when his own network has dropped off a pound for pound list and basically saying that he has, in so many words, he has no chance of beating Devin Haney?
How about this?
Dropped him. They dropped him off for everything, calling him old. Let me give you
a loaded question. Let me answer that one question before you ask me another one, dude. They don't have Frank Martin over him. They don't have Keyshawn Davis over Loma.
Yeah, but I believe all those guys would beat him. When they brought out Lomachenko, and it's not a white or black thing, but when they brought out Lomachenko and was saying that he was better than Muhammad Ali, he was better than all these greats, and he got a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Like right off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Right there, I smell something was stinking. You know what I'm saying? Something didn't smell right because did he? Is he was whipping ass though, bro? When he got hold up now. Shakur Stevenson is a gifted fighter. Have they done the same thing? Has he got the Lomo treatment? No, he has not.
He's not a gold medalist.
Keyshawn is a gifted fighter.
Medalist.
Man, I don't care.
Bro, gold medalist, they roll the red carpet out for you when you're a gold medalist, dog.
Yeah, okay, gold medalist. Did Andre Ward get that treatment?
Hell yeah, Andre Ward was the guy when he came out.
So he got a title shot within his first 5 fights.
Man,
no, he did not.
No, hold up. Just because he didn't get a title shot in his first 5 fights don't mean
no. Hold up. No. That shit stink, bro. That shit stink.
Did Andre Ward want a title shot in his first 5 fights? Some people ain't. Andre Ward was a 1-time gold medalist. Other guy was a 2-time gold medalist, dog. He's older.
Man, okay. You can be a 2-time gold medalist when you 25, 26 years old fighting kids.
He only lost 1 fight in 400 fights, dog.
Let's see that record. Can you verify that?
No,
you can't.
I think you can't.
I have a question.
The other issue is that the dude stayed in the amateurs until he was damn near 30 fighting children. So of course you would get 2 daggone gold medals, man. Come on, stop the cat.
I know kids right now that'll be the 30-year-old dude ass. Straight up. You know what I'm saying?
Do it now?
Beating grown men. Like that doesn't mean nothing because some of these dudes be beating grown men when they kids too.
Yeah, okay. Well now he got Devin Haney, who's a kid to him, up his ass and about to stump a mud hole in his ass. So you know what I'm saying. So turnabout is fair play.
Terrence Bailey. So because of Loma's praise from other pundits, that made you not like him because other people gave him so much praise?
Because other people didn't get the same goddamn treatment or whatnot. They brought this dude out and they come on, man. Don't play.
He's like he ain't no star on pay-per-view and he ain't getting those Pacquiao Mayweather checks. He fighting in the Lulu room at the Hulu shit.
When you got people like Max Kellerman and all them, you know what I'm saying, got their nose up this dude's ass like he the best thing since sliced bread. There have been a multitude of fighters who have come out in that weight class who are better than him. And him and Tyson Fury, I was never sold on. Those and it's not because of the It's not because of them personally. It's because of the commentators and the
can't tell,
emotion,
brother.
what they how they carry it.
All right, Terrence. Let me let somebody else jump in. Go ahead, Warren G.
Yeah, I can't tell, man. I'm sorry, brother. You biased, bro, in your opinion. I mean, and it's okay if that's the way you choose to go, fine. But the conversation started was you said that because PBC have the most boxers in each division. And so what I was trying to point out was that was not true because Top Rank at 135 and 140 has more fighters at 135 and 140. Now, I will give it to you at 147. PBC at 147 and 154. 160 is a little sketchy, but I would give it to you at 147 and 130, 154. But 140, 135, 135, I'm gonna favor Top Rank with the boxers from 135 to 140.
And PBC is not a promotional company; it's a TV show.
Right.
That's all. Let's never forget that. It's a TV show.
I'm gonna throw something out there. Whoever has the best 135 class is eventually going to have the best 140 class and the best 147 class as they grow, as they fill into those positions too. So boxing is kind of like, you're buying futures. Those guys are going to grow, and that's what PBC did. They invested, and I think the Top Rank's doing the same thing. So whoever follows Bob down the road, because Bob can't live forever, I don't believe. Eventually, Top Rank is set up for the future, man. At from 135 to 147. Yeah, in my opinion.
Why do you think people don't like Top Rank so much? Like me and HOD, we were talking the other day. We said Top Rank has like the best. What do we call it? They have the best system when it comes to building these fighters up.
They have like a farming system.
They do, but they have the worst promotion though.
I agree with you on that.
The whole shows. I'm not. Listen. Terence Crawford's my favorite fighter, and in boxing, I wanted to bring that up. Whatever, I make no apologies for that.
Me
but
neither,
my point is that PBC puts on a great show. Their production is great. They promote their fighters better than Top Rank. Bob has just got too damn old, man.
Hold on, when you say production, you talking about the cameras and the light show, like.
I'm talking about everything. Listen. No, also they have Fox. They're announcing their fights. They're football games. They're throwing it out there. They are just able to reach more people. And ESPN, it never really worked. The pay-per-view model for ESPN is terrible, and everybody wants to blame Terence Crawford. And I'm gonna go back to what I said about the pay-per-view numbers being exaggerated, and they use those for negotiations. Oh well, so and so don't sell that many fights. Do you see how many? Terence Crawford has a lot of fans. We all know that, right? But for some reason, his pay-per-view numbers isn't that great. When Bob still wanted to re-sign him, though, he still wanted to do business with him, but he's talking about all he can't sell. The reason he didn't make money on Terence Crawford because Terence Crawford was smart enough to get guaranteed money from Bob. And he had that 2 fights a year, as long as he was healthy, clause with Bob. Bob couldn't get him the fights because PBC didn't want to cooperate with them because they were trying to keep the belts in-house. So Bob was complaining about the money he was losing because Terence Crawford had one of the best contracts in the welterweight division. Terence Crawford was getting paid, and Bob had to fight him twice a year. So Terence Crawford's making all this money. Bob's complaining because he can't get that big fight and that big sell. But the whole time, Terence Crawford's making $3.5, $4 million a fight, no matter who he fought. And then he taxed Bob's ass for not getting the Spence fight. He had that clause where Bob had to pay $1 million, or close to $1 million, I believe it was, $900,000, if he couldn't sign the Spence fight. And all I heard Kip Herron was he does bad business. Yeah. That's why Bob was complaining about his pay-per-view numbers.
And that's a fact because Bomac told me that Bomac negotiated that whole deal, and Bomac said on the second contract we dug in Bob's ass, and that's why he's mad. So I co-sign everything that dude just said.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I think a lot of people came up when
Crawford bad business.
Yeah, right. No, Crawford is very smart, bro. Y'all think it's just cornfields out there in Omaha, man. That kid know what he doing. And whoever negotiated that deal for him made him the highest paid welterweight. I remember it was a clip going around with Spence said, I know it say 1.5 on paper, but you know that back and they was like, no, be quiet. But nah, man. When you gotta wait to get that, how long is that broken up in pieces? Like Adrian Broner said, is it like on installments? Is it like rent a center type plan where you know what I'm saying? Where you just pay, you know what I'm saying? You paying like niggas paying for a one slice toaster for 8 years.
It's like them old U.S. savings bonds.
Man,
yeah, I remember, it started eventually coming out that, even Wilder made statements about it. It's just, to me, I'm not opposed to holding Top Rank accountable for their bullshit, but I'm sure gonna hold PBC accountable for their bullshit too. So let's just keep it a buck. They all doing corrupt shit. There's be real. So I mean, there's been shit on both sides. Fighters are not getting treated right on PBC side. Fighters are not getting treated right on Top Rank side. That's just the nature of the business. But I'm not going to sit up here and say top PBC is just this golden child when they say it's boxers who leaving them or want to get away from them because they ain't getting no fight. They sitting on the shelf.
Keep in mind, Sean Porter got his biggest payday fighting on a top-ranked production with Terence Crawford. All he's done, he fought Spence, he fought Danny Garcia, he fought Keith Thurman. He got his biggest payday. Yeah, he fought everybody. And he got his biggest payday on his last fight, fighting Terence Crawford.
With no title.
Guaranteed money, too.
As a competitor with no title.
Yeah, and the operative phrase is his last fight. So I find something funny with that. His last fight.
Terrence Bailey, that's when you get your least money. Most people get paid less on their way out the door. Especially if you a champion who just lost your belt. You ain't getting paid your biggest fight after you just got your ass kicked and lost your title.
Hey, look, if I'm a two-time champion and everybody says I'm still in my prime, and as far as the boxing media, and says that I'm going to be the toughest, the toughest opponent for this particular individual, and I know I'm on my way out. Oh yeah, this is going to be my biggest payday.
He didn't promote it. Sorry, he didn't promote it. This is going to be my last fight. Y'all come out and see me.
No. He. You don't have to promote it. It's what you say behind closed doors. If you say, this is my last go around or whatnot, and they promote that as this is Terence Crawford's biggest challenge today because of the aggression and footwork and ability to cut off the ring and all this kind of stuff, which none of which he did. Of course, this is gonna be my biggest check. That's common sense,
bruh. Okay.
Conjecture. Put a case on him.
Yeah.
Everybody that wants to fight Crawford wants a big payday, man. Let's just keep it a buck. They know that that's a possible fight that they can end their career. So of course they're gonna want more money when it comes to Terence Crawford because they want to make sure that if they have to go out, they go out knowing that they okay. They may not be able to get another fight. Terence Crawford is known for ending careers. Let's just keep it a buck.
Whose career did he end? I want to know this. Whose career did he end?
In all fairness, I want to answer that question.
Go for it.
I'm gonna tell you, there's guys who fought after he fought them, some, but they've never been the same. And I'm gonna tell you, he's knocked out every welterweight he fought. Every welterweight that stepped in the ring with him understands something. Ain't nobody else saw the 12th round.
Okay, so you really think he knocked out Sean Porter?
Kenny made sure he didn't knock him out.
No. What I'm going to tell you is this. His dad knows Terence Crawford. His daddy saw what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And he stepped in and he saved his son's ass.
Yeah, he did.
Because Terence is... Man, listen, you may not like him, but you cannot.
I didn't say. I did say I do like him.
He a killer.
No, but he finished. He's the best finisher in boxing.
Period.
Besides Deontay Wilder, who's a one punch guy, Crawford beats people up. He doesn't knock them out right away.
Tank is
he
a good
beats
finisher
them up,
too.
Then he knocks them out.
I got it between Tank and Crawford, but Crawford been fighting more champions and been doing it at the higher level longer than Tank. But
Tank is also a one punch guy.
Yeah, he's a one punch guy too.
Tank takes a one punch. Crawford beats you down, softens you up, which is worse or harder on your body. You're better off getting knocked out by a shot than to sustain beating.
I want to see this fight so much more now.
Hold on, I got a call. Kenny Porter just called the show. Hold up. Breaking news. Kenny Porter just called the show. Let me put Kenny Porter on. Let me see what he got to say. Kenny Porter just called in. Kenny Porter, can you hear me? Hello?
I mean, when the guys get to certain levels, they believe they know what they're doing, and they don't necessarily take all the information. So, this is where we at with it, and I had to make that decision. It's an easy decision for me. It's easy.
Thank you, Kenny.
Kenny Porter is a doggone control freak, and that's why I'm pretty sure that Sean's like, you know what, I'm done with this, and he announced his doggone retirement. That right then and there, and Kenny didn't know nothing about it. He got blindsided about it because the brother's probably like, man, I'm sick of you.
Okay, it sounds good, but let's be clear. Kenny Porter took that man to the mountaintop about 5 times. Okay, and when I say a mountaintop, I'm talking about a championship fight.
Man, fuck the mountaintop. I want to see the promised land. I want to see the promised land. Okay, and Sean want to see the promised land.
Let me tell you,
the mountaintop. He want to go to the promised land.
You don't want to let me get my bars off. Let me get this quote off because you need to hear this shit. A lot of y'all need to hear this before y'all start criticizing Kenny Porter too tough. Let's be clear. He took his son to the mountaintop several times. He got him to his first title shot. He got him to the fight with Keith Thurman. He got him to the Danny Garcia fight. He won that one. That was a title shot. And then he got him to the a unification fight with Errol Spence. He got him to the title shot with Bud. It's as Bozy in is how hard. Now I gotta mute your mic, Terrence. You got some background noise. Oh no, that's Sam. That's Sam. I gotta mute Sam. You got some background noise.
I stopped it.
Okay, ask Bozy Ennis how hard it is to get your son one title shot while he's peaking in his prime. It's not that easy, y'all. This shit ain't easy, man. This boxing business is super hard. But Kenny Porter, before y'all crash on him, understand this. His son won that first title, lost to Kell Brook, beat Danny, got that title, went in there, he fought Ugas, had a tough fight with Ugas, but he won that defended his title, went in there, got a chance to unify with Errol Spence Jr., big pay-per-view. He lost that fight, came up short, but he took his son to the mountaintop 5 times. He won 2 out of the 5. That's hard to do on its own. It's hard to get a title shot. It's even harder to win a title. Then it's hard to defend the shit. Sean Porter has done all of that under the guise of his father. So let's stop like, well, I want to get to the promised land. Sean Porter's a 2-time champion. Congratulations, Terrence Bailey Sr. That's your promised land. He got it twice. He a 2-time champion.
Hey, yo, who the dude that comes to saying they hate blacks?
Man, I don't know nothing about that, man. You talking to me. The mod's gonna deal with him.
All right, obviously not, because I can see it.
No, I'm saying that's my guy. He a member, man. He trolling. He said I hate blacks. Then I said Bob Aaron for president. Like he's trolling. That's the boxing scholar. He's just talking shit. He's just trying.
Man, brother took his woman. Man, let him get over it.
No, he's a black dude. That's the boxing scholar. Y'all don't. He just be talking shit. I told you, boxing scholar. You better stop.
Oh, the boxing scholar said that.
Boston Scholar, stop all that trolling, man. People be taking that shit serious. They don't know if you. Yeah, because when you read the typing, you can't get the tone, and if you don't know him, like I would have blocked him right now. It was like I hate blacks. There I said Bob Aaron for president. I would have blocked him too. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't know him, like he just be talking shit, trolling though. He don't mean no shit about it.
Hey, Mark.
Well, Mark, co-sign what you're saying. Kenny Porter knows boxing. He stopped that fight because when he saw Shiny never been down twice. He saw where it was going. He knows Terrence's ability to finish. he was a coach when Terence was young. He knows Terence Crawford. And when he saw his son, and he said, I got to get this thing off my son. He is on his ass. And he saved his son. That's what happened. Everybody wants to criticize it. Do I think it was too early? Yeah, I do. So does Sean. But I'm telling you, we all have kids, right? If you're watching your kid get beat down,
if you watch that round, there was 2 minutes still left. There was 2 minutes and some more time left after that second knockdown.
Yeah,
We all know how.
He should fire his father. Keep fighting.
Let's just be honest here. We know that Terence Crawford is a good finisher when he got a person hurt. So let's not act like he's not. He don't let up. You know, he don't do none of that standing and waiting to see if he going in for the kill. Right. That second knockdown. Wait a minute, and I'm gonna shut up after this. That second knockdown, it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It was 2 minutes and some change left from that second knockdown. Come on, let's just. You know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, it was gonna get ugly like Master P sneakers. Look, let me say something though. When it comes to this kid though, man, like I hate when people try to take this victory from him. Like anybody else, y'all would say, he retired that guy. He retired him. Sandor Martin retired Mikey Garcia. That's what they say. You get what I'm saying? Such and such retired this guy. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, nah, he didn't train for the fight, and he didn't knock him out. Kenny Porter stopped the fight, but the doctor stopped the fight for Ugas versus Spence. Well, he was beat up. Sean Porter was getting beat up right then too. Nah, Sean Porter was winning. I pulled the scorecards up, show y'all he was losing on all 3 rounds, on all 3 cards before even getting a 10-7 round. So even if he made it through that round, let's just say he made it through the next 2 minutes of that round after getting dropped twice in a round, which never happened in his career, Sean Porter had to get a knockout to win. But my whole point of saying all that is this. You don't make it to round 10 with Terence Crawford if you didn't train for the fight. So all of that, he didn't train for the fight. He wasn't prepared for the fight. Ain't nobody prepared for Terence Crawford. The dude is righty. He's lefty. Power in both hands. He can knock you out going forward. He can knock you out going backwards. He knock you out in between shots. He sets shots inside, outside, mid-range. The kid can do it all. It's hard to find sparring for this. How do you get this guy? You don't find a guy like this. So all of that, he wasn't ready for the fight. He wasn't prepared. He wasn't training. You don't make weight, sign the check, get in there, get stopped, and then say, oh, I wasn't ready. No, nigga, you was never going to be ready. You was never ready. You cashing out. You cashed out. You got your $4 million, your biggest paycheck ever, and you cashed out and said, now I'm done. I don't want to get beat up on. Plus, who you going to fight next? You ain't about to fight Errol Spence, and you just lost to him. He ain't trying to go back in the gauntlet and fight guys like Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. He getting checks otherwhere. But you don't make it 10 rounds with Terence Crawford if you wasn't ready for the fight. So let's get off the gas, man. Let's stop that. The kid just got his ass kicked.
Number one, Spence didn't want to fight Porter again. I thought he lost that fight. He barely got out of that fight. Okay, so Spence was never going to give him a fight again anyway. And I have never, and I'm like anybody on the panel, anybody that's listening, tell me anytime Sean Porter wasn't ready for a fight.
Never heard of
it. Never heard of it.
Why they don't take Sean Porter for his word? Sean Porter said, look, I went in there and I didn't want to leave everything in the gym. This is the first camp I told my dad no. I told my dad I ain't doing this. No, I'm taking a day off. He said I felt like I was burning myself out and I didn't have enough in my big fights because we was going too hard in the gym. Why we can't take the man for his word? We take other people on their word all the time.
Okay. And that being said, if he told his father that, and you see what his father's
no, he didn't say that to his father. He said we didn't communicate. He said I wasn't communicating properly with my father. All my father knew was I would tell him, no, I ain't doing this today. But what he don't know is I need to let my body heal. I felt like we was burning ourselves out in the gym in our big fights before. I was leaving it all in the gym instead of leaving it in the ring. He didn't communicate with his dad. I can't take his word for that.
And his father didn't know nothing about him going to announce a retirement that night. So, like I said before, that was an internal thing with them, and myself. You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't prepared for the fight, though, Terrence Bailey.
So what?
That even those things being true, that doesn't mean he wasn't prepared for the fight.
And you know what? Besides what his father said, reason why I believe he wasn't prepared for the fight, because during that fight, I've never seen nobody turn Sean Porter like that. Sean Porter would have Terence Crawford in the corner, and Terence Crawford would turn him out of the corner. Sean Porter has some of the best feet in the game at 147. So the most educated feet in the game. I've never seen anybody turn that dude. And the fact that his feet were stagnant and you know what I'm saying, like if you look at the fight between him and Keith Porter at the end of the fight, how Keith Porter didn't know nowhere to go because I'm sorry, yeah, Keith Thurman. How Sean had him, you know what I'm saying, like he didn't know nowhere to go because of Sean's footwork. He didn't know where to go, left or right, or like that.
Everything you said is to the greatness of Terence Crawford, not to the detriment of Sean Porter.
No,
he's a switch hitter.
His feet didn't look the same. I'm telling you.
When the last time he fought a knockout artist with power in both hands and is a switch hitter?
It never heard of it.
He hasn't. He ain't never fought a guy like Terence Crawford.
His feet didn't look the same at all. Go back and look at the fight again.
He was doing good
Because
that
the body shot. The body shot stopped that footwork.
That body shot definitely was stopping that footwork. But that doesn't mean the man wasn't prepared for the fight just because he got outclassed.
Do you understand that only 9 fighters out of 39 fights went the distance with Terence Crawford through his whole career?
Right.
9.
I want to make this known.
Only 9.
I want to make this known. Just because y'all ganging up on me, don't make you right. So I want to make that known.
Close fights.
No, I'm just making a fact. I'm just stating a fact.
Those 9 fighters got their ass whooped. Those weren't even close fights. It won't like, oh, I wonder who's gonna win this one. Nah, those dudes just took punishment. Ricky Burns got dog walk, took a lot of punishment.
Those are the worst damn fights, and those are all the fights he was in. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win this one. Oh, no shit, Bud gonna win it before the damn fight gets started.
Okay, well,
man, that's not even true, man. Come on, that's not even true.
Who the hell did Bud fight that you thought he was gonna lose to? Okay. Name one person.
Hey, let me ask that.
I got you. The only fight that I know of that he went into was an underdog was the somebody got background noise. I got everybody unmuted. If you're not talking, please mute your mic. The fight that he took on 2 weeks' notice, he was an underdog. He took that fight on 2 weeks' notice. But to be fair, British Prescott. But to be fair, Terrence Bailey, and to keep it a buck, Errol Spence has never been an underdog in no fight. Not one from 0 to now.
That's because of his Olympic pedigree. The same thing that they attribute to Lomachenko, but Errol Spence didn't get the same nod, though, did he?
He's not a gold medalist. Lomachenko's a 2-time gold medalist. What are you talking about? Errol didn't get nothing from the Olympics but a sweatsuit. That's a fact. The fuck?
Man, look,
I like Errol Spence, and I don't mean to talk about him like this, but he's not a 2-time gold medalist. It's not the same, bro.
They attribute Errol Spence's Olympic run and his time spent in the doghouse and being co-signed by Mayweather. That it was a totally different thing.
What? What are you talking about? You talking about?
It's a championship fight in the welterweight division without earning it. It's a deep division. You're just not going to. Lomachenko came in at the right time, but you're not going to walk into the welterweight division. I don't give a shit if you got 3 gold medals and get a championship fight in your first 10 fights. It ain't going to happen.
No, thank you. So why? So why did it happen with Lomachenko?
He's not a welterweight. You missed
no. In any weight class, I don't give a damn if it's welterweight. how many fights? No, Errol Spence had to fight for the daggone title that he had. He had to go over to England for it because the American fighter wouldn't even fight him.
So,
But Lomachenko didn't have that goddamn problem. And then
to your point,
and then he lost a fight to a journeyman. And then ESPN later tried to erase that loss and try to say he was undefeated. Motherfucker wasn't undefeated.
Terrence Bailey, we go.
Okay, to your point, Shakur is about to is going to end up, if Devin Haney stays at 135, it's the next in line, and he just walked into the lightweight. He's going to get a title shot. And he just walked into the lightweight. So lightweight is a lot different from the welterweight. Let's just be perfectly clear. But to your point, the underdog that Terence Crawford was, he was an underdog against Gamboa. When Gamboa was considered the Mike Tyson of his at that weight class at the time. He was a gold medalist and he was undefeated.
They had
I think Bud was the favorite in that fight too.
I can look that up.
No, I think he wasn't the favorite. I don't think he was the favorite in that fight.
I picked Gamboa to beat Bud, and I bet on it, and I think I got odds on Gamboa winning. I'm pretty sure Bud was the favorite.
Okay, let me see. Crawford, Gamboa, odds.
Bud was being promoted by 50 Cent. Everybody picked Bud to lose that fight.
No, Gamboa was being promoted by 50 Cent, not Bud.
Oh yeah, my bad. But everybody chose Gamboa was the favorite in that fight.
All right, so you just argued against your whole point. That's how we got here. You said Crawford always been the favorite, so you just admit Gamboa was the favorite. Thank you.
No. Oh yeah. I did say that.
Yeah.
But there was another thing. What the dude say?
You find it yet, Marq?
Oh, I got it right here. I was just betting lines. Crawford, Gamboa. Let me fast forward. The numbers are. Well, they talking about a PED scandal right here. Let me scroll back up. Betting lines. Now this site right here. When you just Google Crawford Gamboa odds, it says that somebody got that. Man, y'all got to mute your mic if y'all not talking. I don't want to have to mute your mic, but if you, please mute your mic if you're not talking. I can hear y'all making drinks and everything. Minus 166 is the best available, but there's a market worst quote of minus 200 with some Coral. Okay, and controversy. Then Gamboa at slight odds. Minus against could in hindsight. Let me just go right here. This bad left hook. Crawford is minus 66. All right, so it was close. For the second fight in a row, it's close but clear favor here. So Crawford was the favorite against Gamboa, minus 66.
Now, I will say this.
According to Bad Left Hook 2014.
Now, look, I will say this. If Bud is able to beat Errol Spence in this upcoming fight in the welterweight division, then I would say that Bud is probably better than Sweet Pea. I will give him that credit because Sweet Pea ain't never done that. Somebody go a male fighter to go undisputed in two different weight classes, and then they got time to move up to another one. I would say that Bud is better than Pernell Whitaker. If he can do that, in my mind, he's better than Pernell Whitaker.
Man, that may be better accomplishments, but I mean, it all depends on what you look at. To me, sometimes I think we get caught up in, and I'm not saying he isn't, but to me, I think sometimes, especially in this generation, we get caught up too much in the accolades and not really looking at the names that the guys are actually beating on the way up. Because sometimes these guys are being Hall of Fame level fighters and there's not even a belt on the line. You know what I'm saying? Then we looking at guys who are, getting multiple titles in multiple divisions. Like, if you look at Pacquiao, even with all the guys that he beat for those titles he won, he wasn't beating the best guys in the division sometimes. So I think as always, you got to go back and look at the fighters and actually look at when they fought, who they fought, how they looked, and things like that. So I don't look at, like, if I don't feel that way about a fighter today, him being one guy ain't gonna make me feel that way. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am.
Hey, don't start that conversation, man. They don't like that conversation. Leave that alone. They'll jump on you if you start that conversation.
Yeah, I've been around a long time. I know it.
The way I look at it, the way I see it is this.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Okay. Let me go back to the caller real quick. I had him on hold for a minute. Go ahead, son.
Hey, I just want to co-sign what he just said. And I'm a Crawford fan. Sweet Pea was fighting during Killer's Row, where guys in their prime fought everybody. And on top of that, Sweet Pea got robbed in some decisions that he should have won. That was a different era of boxing. And I'm not saying
La Hoya.
You cutting them off. Go ahead, Sam.
I'm not saying that Crawford's not better than Sweet Pea. I'm not comparing them. It's hard to compare eras, but I'm gonna tell you that that era of boxing. Whew. Well, you think the welterweight division is tough now? Back then, you had De La Hoya. Man, the names just go on and on and on. Sweet Pea fought Hall of Famers. Every fight was a Hall of Famer. So it's really hard to say. Sweet Pea was man. I have a lot of respect for him, man, and I just think that I have to agree that eras are different. I don't want to say one fighter is better than the other. It's something we can't ever prove. How about that? But what we do know, if Terence Crawford beats Spence, he is in the category in an argument of one of the best ever. But he didn't have a Hearns, he didn't have a Benitez, he didn't have a man. I watched them fights as a kid, and it was crazy.
And I would be pressing Sam, and I would be pressing for. I would be like that after he beat Spence, because in my mind he gonna beat Spence and he gonna stop him. And the way he gonna beat him, it ain't gonna be no rematch. That's what I see happening. Crawford don't do rematches with guys because the way he beat him, most fans you can't pay the fan to buy it twice. Like, we already know what's gonna happen again. We don't want to see this shit twice. That's how he beat these guys. So I got.
There's gonna be a rematch.
I'm telling you,
rematch, Mark.
I don't think it's gonna be no rematch. Not the way he gonna beat him. Ain't nobody gonna want to see it.
No, it's gonna be in a contract.
I'm telling you. People ain't
gonna be. Hey, look, there's gonna be too much money, Mark.
Look, I'm telling you,
too much money. Spence gonna take that ass whooping.
Haney got had to rematch Cambosos, and that wasn't rematch worthy.
Has its own provisions, i.e., Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields. They had a rematch clause.
Right.
The rematch clause was, quote, only if it's controversial, end quote. That's what the quote said. But she said this was a unanimous decision. I don't owe her a rematch. So she didn't owe the rematch because it wasn't any controversy. I beat you on unanimous decision. There's no controversy. Or I knock you out. That ain't no controversy.
I got to call you out, Mark, on that one. I'm going to tell you why. Because PBC is not going to let a free agent Crawford come in there, take all the belts. Take all the belts and not have a rematch clause.
Also, don't forget Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, one-way rematch clause. It's a one-way. The only way y'all gonna see this fight twice is if Ryan Garcia wins. Tank don't owe him a second fight. You get what I'm saying? So I know it sound good when y'all say all the money, because this fight right here, Ryan Tank, it's already made so much money that people are saying shit, win, lose, or draw. Oh man, it's gonna be a rematch. Y'all ain't even seen the fight yet, and y'all calling for a rematch. It's a one-way rematch. Rematches, yes, you can have a rematch clause in the contract, but also with rematch clauses, you can put provisions. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Mark, it's just like Joe Joyce's fight. They got a rematch, but I don't think we're gonna see an immediate rematch of that fight.
Who wants it? Who gonna pay for it?
I don't want to go to the Joe Joyce shit. I want to stay where we at with the topic that's on the screen.
Well, I was just saying an example of rematch.
Hey, look, Mark, I'm gonna roll out, brother.
Appreciate you pulling up, man. Have a good night, Terrence Bailey.
All right, man.
Shout out Terrence Bailey Senior. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Sam.
Well, Mark, you make a good point. And as the facts change, my opinion changes. But I believe that if Spence gets beat, I don't care how he gets beat, and they have a rematch clause,
they're doing it again.
His only way to redemption and his last check could be taking that fight. And I think Spence will take the fight for the money.
Like Woods
That's just my
versus
personal
Lara.
opinion.
Like Woods versus Lara. Lara knocked Woods out. Most of us think that fight it's gonna happen the exact same way. But Woods they just announced that Lara versus Woods is happening. So I see you on that. That's his big.
I mean,
and on that one, I think he wasn't he up on the cards when he got knocked out.
Might have been.
It'll be interesting.
So, all right. So you think they'll do a rematch?
You know what? I hope we get to have this conversation. I hope you have a whole show about will it be a rematch? That means we got the fight.
I think the dude is gonna beat him, get that bag, and
that's what we need to do.
I want to see him. See, my problem is this. I want to see the legend continue, bro. If I see that fight and they make me wait 6 years for it, and it happens what I thought was gonna happen about 4 years ago or 3 years ago, I want to move forward. I want to see him go up there and fight Charlo. I want why all the belts in one spot for undisputed. I want to see if he can do that because he said he can do it. He want to do it. Let's see if he can be a 3-time undisputed, and we can end this conversation with Terence Crawford is the best fighter of our generation.
Man, if he get this at 147, he had done something that nobody done.
Now I know some people ain't gonna like it. They're gonna say even if he beat Charlo won't that good, or he beat one guy and got all the belts. It don't matter, bro. I want to see him get these titles and go and move up to 154 and challenge the next guy 154. I don't want them belts to get scattered around again. I don't want a bunch of back and forth. No, man. Like, cause the argument is already gonna be baked in. You get what I'm saying? If you're making excuses for the guy, you're gonna make excuses for him. He's had 3 car accidents and a torn retina, and then Terence Crawford just stopped him. What you think gonna happen next?
Well, Mark, I had said several after the Kell Brook fight, when all these jokers jumped out there saying Kell Brook was gonna stop Bud. Then when he beat it, when he got stopped, they made all these excuses. Yeah. I said then, if you really think about it, every fighter at welterweight that they say they want to see Terence Crawford fight, there's an excuse if he beats them. Every last one of them. I mean, from Keith Thurman to Danny Garcia to Sean Porter to Errol Spence to Ugas to now look at Virgil Ortiz's situation. Look at Boots. Everybody, if you're in the excuse making business, if you're in the discrediting business, you can always find an excuse to discredit a win. And that's what they made it their business to do this every time Terence Crawford goes out there and beats somebody.
I like this nigga, man. Bars. That's what it is, though.
Well, the way I look at it, if he beats Errol Spence, I think at that point, those who was with Errol Spence will have to concede and begin to support Terence Crawford. I mean, if he wins, first of all, he done something that no boxer ever done, which would become with the 4-belt era. I'm talking about in the 4-belt era, be a 2-time undisputed champion. You know, so that's an accomplishment itself. So I would say that some of those fans that was on the fence or wasn't like really overboard with being an Errol Spence fan, but dislike Errol Spence as a boxer, would follow him into the next division at 154. That's what I'm thinking. That's just my opinion.
A lot of those fans didn't have they were fans of Crawford anyway until Crawford became basically an adversary to Spence. When Crawford was at 140, a lot of those same people were big time Crawford fans. It was only when he mentioned Errol Spence's name that all of a sudden the tearing down of his resume and he hadn't fought nobody and he does bad business, all of that stuff started coming out then. prior to that, you know what I'm saying, guys were riding hard for Crawford, big time supporters of Crawford. So I think once the Spence Crawford thing is over with, a lot of things are gonna go back to the way they were as far as people supporting these guys the way they should be doing anyway. To me, I don't think you tear down one guy to build up the other guy anyway. If you really want to see the fight, then you build up both guys. To me, I've said consistently, a lot of these people that talk about these fights, they don't really want to see the fights. Even if you look at, you know, and not to get off subject, Mark, but if you look at Frank Martin and Keyshawn Davis, you already got people tearing down the fight, and it's not even a realistic fight right now. So it's the same thing with Errol Spence Terence Crawford. A lot of times people just, you know, they talk like they want to see the fight, but if you listen to them, they put up more barriers than they do actually building up the fight.
At this point, I wanted to see Keyshawn grow and get in some good fights, and he's been putting on a good show. So far, all the fights that I've seen him in, I love this performance. I loved how he put on a good show, just like Terence Crawford. I love watching Terence Crawford put on a damn good show. Even when he's in there with I don't see how all the boxers that he fought is considered bums. I don't get all of that. I'm saying these fighters are ranked. These fighters are undefeated. What do you mean bums? You know? But nevertheless, his performance is still immaculate. You know, it's this masterpiece, man. His last fight that I saw, man, was a masterpiece. I love the way he set dude up. It made it look so beautiful.
He looks too good sometimes.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do.
He looks so good. Some people don't want to fight him.
Speak on it, Sam.
You know, the whole look. Danny Garcia. Someone brought up, you know, Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia won't even say Terence Crawford's name. He's been offered money to fight Terence Crawford. Good money. And a title. But Danny can't see. He won't agree to it. Spence hasn't fought him. There's a lot of good fighters out there, and I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Thurman, you forgot about Thurman.
I think
Virgil
if he knocks out Spence.
So
Virgil, yeah, Virgil wanted to fight him until he had a chance.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He wanted to fight him until it was like, oh, you're next. Oh, you're number one contender.
Thurman had that tweet I had to save for the longest where he said, "I am able and willing and ready to fight Terence Crawford 8 months from now." He got this get back. I just got.
Yep, I remember that.
It was like, why we got to wait so long? Why we got to wait so long? Yeah. And you know what happened? Keith Thurman went there, fought Barrios, and he was like, "Well, you see the hat I'm wearing, so obviously I'm going to the WBC route." And that's when we started saying that in boxing. People saying he going the IBF route, he going this route. Niggas weren't even saying route. Keith Thurman created that term, talking about Terence Crawford. I'm gonna go the WBC route. So he's still in the rankings.
Never seen.
So that interview was out there. I'm just saying, guys are. Keith Thurman just literally said the quiet parts out loud though, but y'all not getting the hint. Boots took the IBF route. Ortiz is taking the WBA route. Keith Thurman is taking the WBC route. He's saying the quiet parts out loud. These guys ain't trying to fight that dude. But I get it. It makes more sense.
They don't want that belt. They don't want that belt that bad.
Keith Thurman was calling it the WB no when he could have unified with Crawford. The WB no. He had his marching orders. But I get it though. I get it. It's real easy to make Terence Crawford a target. You know, he's not from a big market city or state, so it's easy to target the kid. But I'm telling you, you can't deny what he doing in that boxing ring. The young man is phenomenal.
And they realize that, Nash. I'm with you on that, bro. They know that. They know that. That's why when they come to their turn, everybody's moving to one side, the other side of the room. He on the only one standing on one side of the room. Everybody's like, "No, I'm gonna get on this side of the room. I don't want to sit over that side."
And that's the fact.
That's too hot over there.
Everybody who know boxing know what I said is true. These dudes could, once you realize the number 1 and 2 ain't fighting the guy, number 3 can say, "I want to fight him." Then I told y'all what was going to happen with Alexa Rocha back in November, December. I told y'all how the rankles was about to move, and especially once old boy popped dirty, Connor Ben. I told y'all what was going to happen, and I said it's going to probably be Coley Crawley, Alexis Rocha. And niggas was like, "What?" I was like, "I'm telling y'all." Because this 1, 2, and 3 are going a different route. So all these other guys gonna move up, and the fans who hate Terence Crawford are gonna be saying, "Well, Terence Crawford fighting bums. He fighting guys we don't know." No, because 1, 2, and 3 went a different direction. They all trying to fight Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Because you get in line, you get some money, you still get to build your record up. He can't fight all of y'all the same night, and eventually he's gonna move up, and you're gonna be fighting for a vacant belt instead of getting your ass kicked in front of Dallas Stadium. So you get what I'm saying? So it looks better too.
And then and then you got some of them guys in the 140.
Let me finish this last part. If you fight Errol Spence, he's on record as saying making weight ain't easy, ain't fun. So if you beat him, you get a guy who you know is getting out the weight division. Also, if you beat him, it's a bigger bag than fighting Terence Crawford. He's a bigger draw. He has Dallas Stadium, and you get a chance to win 3 titles in one fight. So I'm not saying people are ducking or scared of the kid like that. I'm just saying they taking a different route. It's business. I get it. It makes sense. But the sense is I'm either going to fight for a vacant belt because he can't fight all of us. He's going to move out the division, or I'm going to get a chance to fight him, and I'm going to win 3 titles in one night. It's different versus high risk, low reward, Bud Crawford. Like, this dude probably about to fuck me up.
So let me ask y'all a question. When Terence Crawford fought at 140 for undisputed, was it an Undongo? I forget his name.
Yep.
Have y'all heard from him since? I haven't heard from him since that fight.
Yeah, Regis Prograis fought him after that, and then he won a fight and he lost some more. Last time I saw him fight, he got stopped in like the 3rd round.
So after Terence Crawford, he haven't been the same, basically.
Right, but my problem with Ndongo is people try to act like Ndongo didn't do anything before he fought Crawford,
which is cap.
And he went to two fighters' home country and took their belts.
Facts.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He was undefeated. The man was undefeated.
Unified champion.
I was. Can anybody name me a fighter that's been the same after he fought Crawford?
I mean, Kell Brook got a win against Amir Khan, but Crawford was Khan's last opponent too.
Some people get a win, but we talking about winning. Like,
I mean, Mean Machine had Virgil in trouble after fighting Crawford. I think Mean Machine is probably, and he's a guy that I would like to see Boots fight, by the way. But I think Boots is kind of cherry picks. I think Mean Machine would be a good fight for him. But Mean Machine has been a guy that is the only guy I know who still had juice after he fought Crawford.
Ricky Burns.
In that Virgil fight.
Ricky Burns. I'll say Ricky Burns.
Yeah, Ricky Burns became a champion again.
A long time ago, though.
No. You said ever. I said you know what I'm saying?
Okay, true.
So Ricky Burns became a champion again. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In UK though.
No, he was a WBA world champion. WBA.
Okay.
Ricky Burns was one of the champions that Ndongo beat.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I didn't know Mark, thank you. I did not know he became a champion.
Yeah, he actually won a vacant belt versus Josh King, who was 23-3. Then he defended that because it was a vacant belt that he won, so he had to defend it. He beat Michel De Rocco, who was 40-1. He stopped him in the 8th. Then he defended it again versus Kylie Relic, who was 21-0. Then he lost to Julius Ndongo. And at that point, that was for the IBO. That was for his WBA. And Julius Ndongo had the IBO and the IBF. He ended up dropping the IBO, I believe. And he fought Crawford when he fought Crawford. So that was for, actually, no matter of fact, was the IBO on the line too when he fought Crawford? Let me see. Nah, he dropped the IBO, fought Crawford for Crawford's WBO and WBC. And a lot of people forget when Crawford fought, how he got that damn WBC. He got a dude that niggas ran out the division from. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody was trying to fight Victor Postal.
They don't want to talk about that.
Right. They don't want to talk about that. They don't nobody. That's like
He was a boogeyman.
Yeah, they didn't want to fight Victor Postal. He had just stopped Matisse. Stopped him. Matisse was like, nah, I'm good. He actually looked at the guy, shook his head like, nah, I'm straight, bro.
Yeah, Postal's another one of them bums.
I mean, Danny Garcia ran away from that fight.
A lot of people know.
Yes, he did.
But some of these dudes weren't watching boxing back then, though. Some of these dudes wasn't watching boxing in 2015, 2013, 2014. Some of these dudes started watching boxing with fucking Mayweather McGregor type shit.
And
Danny Garcia already ranked at 160, man. The man is already got his bag packed. So when Crawford moves up to 154, he ain't the scapegoat for Terence Crawford. He don't want to be no parts of that. So he like, I'm finna move up to 160, which is, if you look at that division, that motherfucker is so quiet and empty. It's like going to a deserted town. So he like, man, that might be my next stop before I move up out of here. But he already got his badge packed for 160. They got him ranked at 160 already.
I was gonna say Postal only even after he lost to Crawford, we was talking about how guys done after Crawford. Postal only lost to undefeated fighters, but after he lost to Crawford, he lost to Josh Taylor, and some people call it a close fight. He lost to Ramirez, and another fight was pretty close, and then he got stopped in the last round against Antoine Russell. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the stoppage, but you know what I'm saying? That was those are the only guys he lost to. So he's only lost to undefeated fighters after Crawford.
And at one point they was talking about Taylor trying to move up, but they pumped the brakes on that.
Taylor and Ramirez both were supposed to be moving up after their undisputed fight, and both of them are still at 140.
Yeah, they pumped the brakes on that. They were like they pumped the brakes real quick because they saw how Terence Crawford knocking out these guys. Man, come on, these boxers ain't dumb. They watching, they seeing how this man is operating. They're like, hell no, you're not finna make me a post. Whatever you call it, have me on ESPN as a poster or YouTube as a poster child, something like that, whatever you want to call it. What do you call that when motherfucker get dunked on?
Posterized, yeah. But look, my thing is this, man. Why is the energy around this fight so mega? You think, Sam? Like, what is it about this fight? I saw my sister Lisa Bell in chat. She said, man, it's just another fight for me. I was like, nah, sis, I think the energy is different around this fight. Why is this fight different, Sam Washington?
Just to be clear, you're referring to Spence Crawford.
Yeah, why is this fight so different? Why is the energy?
Man,
why does this get our blood boiling? Because on one side, people will say Crawford ain't fought nobody, he ain't did nothing at 147. Why would you want to see the fight? Some other people say Errol Spence, 3 car accidents, torn retina, he's overrated. He's basic, he just come forward like a robot. Well, why do you want to see the fight? Like, why is the energy so different around it?
It's just been boiling. It's just been boiling for so long, man. And they are the 2 best welterweights. I've never thought Spence was overrated, but my issue with Crawford is I insanely watch boxing, and my thing is that it's been a long time since I've seen anybody avoided like Crawford. Where just guys just don't even want his belt. Just like, nah, bro, I'll wait. I mean, it used to be back in the day where somebody had a chance to fight for a title. They jumped at it. I mean, it was just like, man, this is what we want to do. I see number 1 contenders going, nah, I'm good, bro. I'll fight somebody else. Isn't having the title is what it's about, right? And so the Spence Crawford thing, to me, is just a culmination of, it's like I've been watching the series, I've been watching a show for the whole year, and I need to see the finale. And that's what it is. It's just built itself up by avoidance. That's how I could say it. It's been played out, but it's been played out too long. And I personally, I think they're trying to age Crawford out. That's been the whole thing with the PBC. They knew Spence couldn't beat him 2-3 years ago, and they didn't want to deal with it. And they didn't have to. They have a lot of welterweights, as the one person had alluded to. They have a lot of fighters. They didn't. And Floyd Mayweather is famous for saying, "We're going to keep our fights in house." They didn't want to share it, you know. And had Crawford went in and beat Spence when he's with Top Rank, and what leverage does PBC have to offer their fighters or to negotiate by? You know what I'm saying? The belt is how you negotiate. So, but to answer your question, Mark, I just think that us boxing fans just want to see the best fights, and this is the best fight. Long story short.
Go ahead. Anybody else want to answer? Why is this fight so get everybody going?
So I'm just going to talk about the elephant in the room. We made this about pro-black and this, that, and the other. I mean, just the way the conversation with is it Terrell? Was it Terrell or Terry? Terry. I could see that he had some biases that was conducive to, you know, some of his things. He ain't entitled to that. I'm not differentiating, but it just seems like they put PBC on this big pedestal that, you know, all you need to be with PBC and this, that, and the other, which made it difficult. And then the bad blood between Bob Arum and Al Heyman caused a little bit of that. So they used a little bit of that just to duck Terence Crawford, because before then, all those at 147, when he was at 140 and 135, was giving him praise. I mean, they was just in his corner. Come on, let's just be real about it. Before he stepped up and started calling out Keith Thurman, and when, you know, he started at 140, he started checking Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. He was mostly checking Keith Thurman, though, because at that time, Keith Thurman was the one who was sitting on the throne, right? And then once he get to 140, that's when everything went to haywire, and there was this big campaign to try to get Terence Crawford out, because they knew it was a wrap.
All right. Go ahead. You want to answer as well? Why is this fight? Why is the energy around this fight so different? It's like it's magnetic. It gets people blood going.
I think it's because of fights. You know, over marinated to an extent. To me, you know, I think once Terence Crawford beat Jeff Horn, I'd say right around that time, maybe if not then, after Crawford defended against Benavidez. I can't remember who Spence fought at the time. I think right around that was the time when the fight, you know, probably made the most sense to make. I get the whole thing about Undisputed making the fight bigger, potentially down the line. But, you know, if you go back and you look at even some of the great fights that happened in the, you know, between the 4 or 5 kings, I call them the 5 kings, or the you know, the 5 horsemen, or, you know what I'm saying, the greats, you know, at welterweight, you know, in yesteryear. A lot of those fights didn't involve Undisputed, you know, none of them really, you know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, the guys were known to be the best of their era or the best in that division at the time, and they were mixing it up. And so to me, I feel like the fight, you know, fans having to wait for, the longer we wait for the fight, the more the tension builds up, the more the anticipation, the more time we got to try to, you know, like I said, tear down one guy for the benefit of building up the other guy, run smear campaigns and all of this stuff. And I feel like it's just, you know, reached a fever pitch. I think with the fight now, If we get the fight now, and I hope we do, I feel like I said, I believe it's a done deal. I think a lot of it has to do with the pay-per-view buys tapering off on a lot of these other fights. I think fans have started to show that instead of just talking, they're showing it with their wallets. They're not gonna just buy all these other pay-per-views if they can't get the pay-per-view that they want. So I just feel like all of that kind of culminates and comes together to make the fight, the anticipation and all the tenor of the fight and the build-up and all the tension be what it is now. To me, if you go back to when Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Met in Oklahoma City, and they were talking about the fight, and Errol Spence Jr. told Terence Crawford that he basically had a plan, and it was all these other fights before him. And Terence Crawford told him that you're smart, but you're not that smart. I think even way back then, you know what I'm saying? I think that they had a great build up right there that they could have capitalized off of and used for promotion, and could have built that fight up into something very huge, and went ahead and had that fight within a year or so. And I think they missed the opportunity. But I think that's why things have gotten to where they are now.
Great comment, sir. And it brings you made me think of something. If I could add something, Mark, here.
Go for it.
Well, this is why I think the fight's happening too, by the way. And
hey, you're a believer. We got a believer.
The last panel member really brought something to mind. I think it's going to happen because we were all talking about how PBC always had the best welterweights, right? All the welterweights are old now.
Or gone. All
Sean
those
Porter's
best
retired.
welterweights are gone.
Sean Porter's retired.
And Danny
Keith
Garcia
Thurman
out of the division.
Yeah, Danny Garcia is Danny Garcia is looking for a retirement check. That's all he's doing. Danny Garcia is trying to find the biggest fight. He ain't trying to win no belt. He don't care. He's trying to look for some money. Keith Thurman, who knows where Keith Thurman is? He don't fight that often, and he looks worse and worse against lesser competition.
Yeah.
So PBC at one time had these in-house fights that they could just have Spence versus Porter versus Garcia, Thurman. You know what I mean? They could just do a round robin in their own division, their own promotion,
right,
or whatever it is, whatever they want to call it.
Those days are over.
But look, that's over with.
Chicken flew the coop.
Yeah, no, they Father Time.
Yeah,
they don't have this big stable of welterweights anymore. Errol Spence is it. Keith Thurman is whatever he is. And there's Terence Crawford. This is why the fight has to happen. This is why they got to cash in.
Good point.
Moving on. Boots is with Showtime, but he's not with PDC. It's a little different. And quite frankly, I don't think Boots can stay at 147 very long. He's too big. So I mean, he's on a limited window, to be honest with you.
And Virgil Ortiz is showing signs that he can't either. He's showing signs too.
But those guys, they're not fighting Spence and Crawford. And neither one of those guys are gonna fight those guys. For one, high risk, low reward. The fight that needs to happen is gonna be those two. And I really believe in my heart of hearts, it's happening.
You made it. Your caller made a good point, man. Everything he made, a strong point there. Now, I'm tired of them telling me the fight gonna happen and this shit never happened. They ain't finna.
Well, they ain't never announced, man, and the fight happened. So this will be different. This will be different.
Right. They ain't never announced it, but they put us in last year, man. I'm just, for me, they took me through a little damn rabbit hole. I'm just gonna be real with it.
That was leaked. You know what I'm saying? That shit was private, and it was getting leaked out, incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? So,
Floyd said if you don't hear from him, or fight hype and not happening. So I haven't heard anything from fight hype and him at all.
He didn't announce that Tank and Ron fight neither, though. To be fair,
he didn't.
He did not. But Leonard had was on that stage, Leonard looked a whole lot different, didn't he? Leonard had the whole.
Hey, Leonard could smell that fight coming.
Oh, Terence versus Spence.
No. I'm talking about Tank and Garcia. He can smell it.
Oh,
I'm talking about that's
Nostradamus. I got it. I was a little slow on the trigger. I got you. But y'all, Malone,
that I was laughing on the inside, but it was, I was holding it in. I was trying to be respectful, so it came out.
But look, he can't get a nose job like a Kardashian right now. Y'all will kill him for that. If y'all see him get a nostril reduction, like people
like Shane Mosley.
Yeah, man. Leonard Ellerby can't come out here with the Michael Jackson nose, man. Y'all are clowning for that.
I see he got on the
They have to have a for that.
Oh man, that's fucked up. All right.
I see he got on the Phil Collins jackets. He be wearing the Phil Collins blazer.
Wait, hold on. I gotta pull it up. What's the Phil Collins blazer? Fill it in the air ass nigga. Let me see. Phil Collins jacket. Who got the Phil Collins? Tank.
LV, he was on last interview, man. He colorful. He colorful, man. He colorful.
Oh, Leonard, I ain't seen it.
Yeah, he colorful with his jackets.
Where was the interview at? Where the interview at? I gotta pull the screen.
I think it's with
Hold on, Leonard.
Is it?
You ain't got to tell me. I know how to find it. It's the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
Leonard Ellerby. When it dropped?
I don't remember, man. I'm on my.
Was it this week? Oh, he got the little pink hoodie on. Peach got a little Easter hoodie on. I'm talking about this fight. Leonard Ellerby looked like a preacher, man. Let me see. Like a Baptist preacher or some shit. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Y'all niggas got me over here trolling.
He likes his play. This Paisley.
Nigga look like TD Jakes or something right here. I ain't lying. I swear to God. Look at
Oh no, that's not the one I'm talking about. No, that's not the one I'm talking about.
But if he ain't looking like TD Jakes, he look like he got one of the best cookbooks in Las Vegas coming to you live right there. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Swear to God, nigga.
Like he's about to cook some ribs on you.
Hell yeah, best ribs. And he make his own sauce.
Right.
He lead his barbecue.
Yeah, man. Somebody said, no, Mark, don't do it. That one joke game to get you blue-blooded. Oh no, let's not do that then. He said, I'm gonna get blue-blooded out the game. Man, I rock with blue blood, man. I know some of y'all don't like blue blood, but he ain't never disrespected me. He always showed me love, support.
Never be.
You know what I'm saying? So whether you like him or not, you know what I'm saying, leave that shit in the comments on me, or go to his channel and tell him why you don't like him. But damn,
Ellerby don't like him either.
I know. That's why my boy told me, he said, don't crack these jokes on Ellerby. I'm gonna get blue-blooded out the game.
Oh, got you.
Remember when he said, oh, you the motherfucker be hating on Tank and Floyd, right? I was like, oh shit. Yo. He said, never mind. Next question, please. Next question, please. Hey, look, it could have been worse. You see what Bob Arum did to Mike Coppinger? He said, get the fuck out of here. Kick that nigga out the venue. He was like, bitch, get out of here.
You know, the weird thing about that is Blue Blood has been one of the biggest Floyd Mayweather proponents that I've known.
He's always showed that dude. Now, granted, I do remember
he loves him some Floyd Mayweather.
But Floyd,
I don't care.
No, that night of Tank fight, though, I do remember watching it, and he was talking about Floyd. He was like, why are you there with $4 million in jewelry on? I do remember that episode. He did say something about Floyd's jewelry and, Floyd, kind of taking a shine away from Tank. But that's his opinion, though. That won't him hating on Floyd or hating on Tank. So
no, he loves some Floyd.
And to be fair, Leonard Ellerby do interviews with people all the time that probably said worse things about him than that. You know what I'm saying? Floyd sat down. Hold up. Floyd sat down and did an interview with Kerry
I'm gonna have to go. Marq, I thank you for having me on this long. Longer than I expected. I'd like to thank the panel.
Man, I fuck with you, bro. And plus, it ain't like the phone line was ringing off the hook.
I had a great time, but I got to work in the morning. I got to get moving.
Shit, I'm looking at the clock. I got to go too, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Marq, for allowing me the opportunity to be on your panel, man.
Hold on.
Everybody.
All right, thank you, Sam.
You know.
Sam, pull up this week, man. I'm gonna have somebody from Ryan Garcia camp up here again, and I think we're gonna have Ryan Garcia on the show this week, bro.
Is that the cat that had that party with all the women there?
Yeah, Rooster. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
bro, I'm trying to find that episode. I can't find that episode, bro. I'm trying to find
I remember that one.
I'm trying to find it when he had the poker game with all the strippers, right? At the mansion. Yeah.
No, the poker game with all the ladies, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. What I say? I said women. What I say?
Yeah, I'm just giving you shit, man.
He had the
anyway,
pictures,
guys. I gotta go. I will check back in.
Don't be a stranger.
Thank you very much for the chat, you guys.
My brother, peace. Shout out to Sam, man. Let me get him off the phone. Sam sound like his wife just came in the crib. Like, you still out here in the garage? You still on that motherfucking phone? You been in the garage for 2 hours. Yeah, Sam sound like he getting cussed out. Right? I gotta go, bro. I'm still in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Sam got off of work, took his shower, he came downstairs for dinner, with supper. You know, they have supper. Supposed to come downstairs for supper, and his ass still on that. This nigga in the lab. Like, are you fucking friends? Like, hey, look, he up there telling her, I'm talking to Mark Nash from Breaking News. She's like, well, I'm about to call Jake from State Farm, motherfucker. She about to call Jake from State Farm if he don't get his ass off this YouTube. Hey, look, coming up this weekend, man. I'd be remiss if I didn't bother y'all about this. I haven't had D-Lo for boxing on the show in quite some time. D-Lo, please plug your Facebook channel in the chat as well. So I can resubscribe to it, and also I want other people to follow your boxing group. You got a dope boxing group, and he's pretty liberal about letting you post some of your boxing content. So, you know what I'm saying? So just support the boxing channel that he has on Facebook. All of us, let's follow that group because he is a part of the neighborhood. But I'd be remiss if I didn't get y'all take on this before I let y'all go, and then I'm gonna do a reaction to this off with the clear panel. Who do y'all have? Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, and why?
I'm gonna go. I got Ryan if it goes the distance, and the reason why is because it's in Las Vegas. It's in the judge's hands, and I just believe that if it goes the distance and you leave it in the judge's hands, I got Ryan for a split decision, and I got it 7-5.
Ryan split decision. He gonna shock the world. Okay. D-Lo 4-4 boxing. Talk to me.
Yeah, I got Tank by stoppage. I'd say probably around 25 and 7. I think Ryan has habits. Ryan has the same habits that got him dropped against Luke Campbell. He still has them. He still relies a lot on his left hook. I mean, even if you watch the guy in training, you know, he trains his left hook more than he does anything else. You know, I think he's gonna be pretty predictable. I think when it comes to if a fight breaks out, Tank's used to fighting, whereas Ryan is, you know, more of a cutesy, you know, gonna try to box. So I just think that I think Tank probably is gonna play with his food a little more than he should in his fight. That's why I think it'll end up going longer than it probably should. But I think ultimately he's gonna catch Ryan with his chin in the air, or catch him, you know, throwing out a combination and not getting his hands back home fast enough. Or he might get greedy on a combination. But I think ultimately it'll be a one-shot counter punch that puts Ryan lights out for the night.
I got a question for you.
Yep.
and this just for shits and giggles, right? Tank has knocked out everybody except how many opponents?
I think 2.
Ron has knocked out everybody except how many opponents? D-Lo.
I don't know. I never paid attention, to be honest.
4.
Okay.
That's pretty damn close, right?
Yeah.
They both got like 20-something fights.
Odds are to be a knockout based on that.
Yeah, man. The odds are it's gonna be a knockout. That's what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah.
But when what you said about David Ryan Garcia, arguably, this is me playing advocate, right? Some would say you can say those same mistakes about Tank Davis. He still makes a lot of same mistakes.
I don't go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. He waits. Some would say Tank plays with his food too much. He waits around too much.
Good point.
Like he let guys get off on him in those first few rounds more than he should allow happen. Ryan Garcia, when he hitting you like that, you can't just let him get shots off. He gonna cut you. He gonna cut you, or he might stun you. He might daze you. He might hurt you. So when people say Ryan makes a lot of the same mistakes, you can argue Tank Davis still makes a lot of the same mistakes. Look, even Rolly was hitting him. Like Rolly shouldn't be hitting Tank Davis, a master boxer. He shouldn't be hitting him, but he was hitting him. Arguably, some fans watching said, "Man, I thought Rolly was winning the fight." Hey, look, the lightweight, the junior lightweight that came up to lightweight to fight him in his last fight. Some people thought he was winning. What's the kid name?
Hector Garcia.
Hector Garcia. Some people thought he was winning the fight. Like
a couple rounds before Tank rocked him. I mean, he was kind of lighting Tank up for a minute. Then he got caught with a big shot.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, can Tank Davis afford to let Ryan Garcia just hit on him? Like, oh, I'm gonna catch him later on. I'm gonna let him get tired. Can you just let him beat on you? I don't think Tank Davis.
I don't think he should
fight that fight.
I don't think he should. No.
I don't think he's gonna fight that kind of fight, bro.
No, I mean, but the thing is that also gives him openness. If Ryan gets offensive happy, that's counter opportunity for Tank.
Yes.
And based on what I'm thinking will happen, that bodes well for my prediction is that he'll get an opportunity to counter him and in the fight. But my thing is I feel like Ryan should have had more fights than he has had since his fight with Campbell, but I understand he had all this stuff going on. He had to take a break from the sport and this, that, and the other.
Hell yeah.
Huh?
I said, hell yeah, you better take a break. This game ain't no game.
Right, exactly. But I just feel like I don't think he should have passed up the opportunity to get a fight, that warm-up fight. But then again,
it was cutting too close.
Well, for me, it's a possibility, like Ryan said, he didn't want to get injured, but at the same time, you don't want to get beat either. And you know what I'm saying? There's always,
Also, I had people from the Team Garcia over here on the show, and I interviewed Team Garcia, and what they said too, opponents wanted a lot more money than was in quote unquote the fight budget. Like I think they was trying to get Abnormades at first. It was a lot of opponents, but a lot of people knew this Tank Davis fight was coming.
You know who they were supposed to fight, right?
Oh, at first it was Abnormades.
No, I'm saying who they ultimately settled on, and they actually were gonna fight, and then Ryan pulled out. That was Hester, the guy that Joseph Diaz just fought.
Hester who? Hester Garcia.
Mauricio, I think his name Mauricio Gesta. It's spelled Gesta, but it's
pronounced Hester.
Yeah. So that's who he was gonna fight. But you know what I'm saying? And the matter of fact, when Rocha had his fight about a month ago or 2 months ago, however long ago it was, that was Ryan's card. Rocha was actually filling in to say the card.
But what weight was Ryan? He's not fighting at 135 for nobody but Tank Davis.
Yeah, I think Hester was going to fight him at whatever weight Ryan had called. Because I mean, they had agreed to the fight, but then Ryan decided that he was going to just hold off. Which I mean, when you got this big fight that you've been wanting for this long, and you got an opportunity to get it. But if you take one fight and something goes wrong and that fight's wiped off the table, I can understand why he decided to wait. I mean, I just feel like it would have benefited him to have a fight if everything went well. But I understand, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to risk losing that fight.
Yeah, and why do 2 camps? Like, bro, I'm only doing this for what? To sell the fight? The fight is already sold. What am I doing this for? Like,
preparation.
No, man, I prep in sparring, I prep in training camp. You ever heard of the expression of fighters talking about getting up for a guy? It's hard to get up for a guy. You got to get up for this guy. Get up.
And I think this dude is a left-handed fighter too. That was the other thing. I think it would have benefited him. But
I deal with that in sparring. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to do 2 training camps for one fight. Nah. Especially if what I'm hearing is true. That fight, like I said, these guys wanted a lot of money, and it was pushing it closer and closer and closer to when they supposed to fight, because they had this date locked. You get what I'm saying? For a minute. Once they locked it, it was locked. Like, if everything goes to plan, I think it got pushed back a week actually from when it was supposed to really happen, according to the sources and the leaks. I got to put a case on.
Yeah. Well, they were off by a week.
We was off by a week, but the fight is happening though, nonetheless. So that could be part of the fight getting pushed back a week, like, and then also to the point where, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, bro, I'm not fighting in February. I'm not fighting late January, early February, and I got to fight in April. No, last time they saw me, it looked this way. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do 2 training camps. I'm not about to fight somebody else at 135. He told us in the ring that night, I'm only going back to 135 for Tank Davis. So I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Would I've liked to see him fight again? Do I think that could have benefited him? Yeah, but at the larger scheme of things, if the weight is already a thing for you, your height, your build, you already, some would say he got 1 foot in 135, 1 foot in 140. However you wanted to go. I wouldn't just be out there fighting somebody at 135 just to tell y'all I'm about to fight Tank Davis, and y'all already know I'm about to fight Tank Davis. Man, the fight sold itself, and obviously he was right. He didn't need that to sell this fight. Hey, look, the suits got it right. I know people always be on YouTube, me included. People be in the chat, on the panels, calling in. We think we know more about the business sometime and what these guys should do than what they are doing with their business. It's their business. They've been in the business of boxing longer than you've been watching boxing. Some of you longer than you've been born. They've been in the business of the fight game. And a lot of times we trying to tell these dudes what to do with their business. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
And they ain't never heard of it either. They're going to laugh at you and be like, all right, yeah, next comment. And they just keep scrolling. Like, brother, this is what they do for a living. Now, do sometimes the business of boxing does not align with what the fans want, D-Lo? Absolutely. But what we got to agree is they got this one right. They got this one right. Now, we haven't seen the performance, but the projected sales are crazy because you can't get a ticket. It's the hottest ticket over there in Vegas right now. Everybody's trying to get a ticket. It's the hottest ticket. You can't get a ticket right now.
From what I don't, you know, that ain't my lane. I don't talk about it. And I'm not gonna say a number, but and I didn't even ask for this. This kind of was just told to me. But from what I was told, for the kind of money that those 2 guys are making, I hope they really do some big time pay-per-view buys, because if not, they gonna stand to, you know what I'm saying, they probably gonna stand to lose a little bit of money. But then again, they got all these sponsorships and stuff. But I heard these guys are gonna make out pretty doggone good.
Yeah, man, they're gonna be all right. And I said that to say this as well, my brother. Like, we just hope it's gonna be. Last time we had a lot of eyeballs on the sport like this, I would say when I was hearing all these celebs going, it was like Mayweather McGregor type thing. And even then, Floyd stopped McGregor. You got what you wanted. You got to see a stoppage. Now, I would say Robert Byrd stopped it a little too quick, Like he signed a contract, getting paid a lot of money. He's in there, but Robert Byrd stopped that fight. Was like, man, Floyd, he beating him up. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't defending himself properly. Some would say it was still a little too early for the amount of money that people paid. But everybody, I know went to the fight, they had a good time. They was like, man, Floyd was losing at the beginning, man. And I was like, man, what the fuck is happening? Did he start beating on his ass, man? We had a good time, blah, blah, blah. Now, years later, the narrative has changed, D-Lo. That fight was a stinker, let some people tell it. Now, the night of, though, oh, man, everybody, bro, I had a fight party that night. That shit's still on my Instagram. We had a blast. I had almost 100 people at the crib, bro. Shit was lit.
I was mad at the fight, and I still ended up buying it.
Bro, man, I had people all outside on lawn chairs. They had like blankets and towels and pillows because we had the fight projected off the fence in the backyard, right? We had a projector set up. So it was like the backyard was packed. You know what I'm saying? All my neighbors was coming. It was like a block party. I told all of them they could come. I invited my friends from school, college, work, army. My wife invited her friends, and man, this shit was lit, bro. It was like a block party. So some people was inside, some people was outside, had a TV here, TV there, TV there, project outside. Shit was crazy. They loved to fight that night. Man, I started talking to the niggas as the weeks was going on. Everybody got their mind changed about the fight now. Maybe they YouTube daddy told them what to think. They YouTube daddy be telling what to think. But shit just blew my mind, dog. But it's a lot of eyeballs on this. This shit can't go out like a Mayweather fight. You know what I'm saying? Like with Mayweather and Pacquiao. Like, I don't think Spence and Crawford is going to the cards. I don't see this one going to the cards.
No, sound like you and I both changed. I probably start feeling the same way about Spence and Crawford around the same time. Because I'll say about 4 years ago, that's when I started feeling like Crawford was gonna stop him. Prior to that, I actually had Spence winning the fight, but I feel like Spence waited too long. It don't have anything to do with the accident. I feel like he let Crawford acclimate to the division and let him grow into the division and get his confidence in the division. I feel like once that happened, it was an even playing field, and I just think once everything leveled off, Crawford stopping him just like everybody else.
Man, Spence sounded not confident before the Ugas. People was like, "Are you gonna stop him?" He was like, oh, "Man, I ain't knocked nobody out in a minute. I ain't stopped nobody in a minute." And he laughed it off. You know what I'm saying? When he did that Brian Custer interview,
right? I remember that. Yeah, yep.
Sounded confident. He was like, "I will be victorious." Blah blah blah. I ain't stopped nobody in a minute. Like, he was honest. That's what I like about Spence. He was honest about that. He was like, "Yo."
And I don't think he's the type of guy that presses for knockouts anyway. And I think that the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he didn't go into it hunting for a knockout helped him get the stoppage. And, you know, I mean, and I don't play the, you know what I'm saying, the discrediting thing about stoppage versus knockout. You know, I feel like, you know, Spence did his job to make the ref stop the fight, just like when Crawford against Porter. If you want to say Kenny, you know, stopped the fight prematurely or whatever the case may be, he did it because of what Terence Crawford was doing and what he wasn't seeing in Sean.
Come on now. You think you're going to... Man, I had people, bro, check my replay of that night of that fight, bro. I had people calling in telling me Kenny Porter threw the fight.
Yeah, where I was, they were saying the same thing.
Kenny Porter betting slips and all of that stuff. I was like, bro, get off. I was like, bro, Kenny Porter took his son to the mountaintop. A lot of y'all niggas, your daddy ain't never took you to the corner store. What? Stop playing, bro. Your daddy ain't never took you to father-son games and none of that shit. Your daddy ain't invested thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars into your dream the way Kenny Porter has invested in Sean Porter. Get off again.
Hey, Mark, you know what I told him that hurt their feelings about that? I said, how we don't know that Sean told Kenny, hey, Dad, if I start banging on the mat, throw the towel in.
Who knows that?
You know what I'm saying? Because he definitely.
Porter ain't never seen his son do that.
Right. You see a man banging on the mat, you know what I'm saying, instead of trying to get up.
That's a cry for help.
And I'm not saying that he was looking for a way out of the fight either. I feel like he would have continued. If Kenny didn't,
because I think Sean Porter is smart enough. Like, damn, that's a 10-7 round. Fuck, damn.
Yeah, in a fight that he probably felt like he was in. That probably was a close fight, and now all of a sudden now you down 3 points
in one round.
Yep,
that's what that was. That was frustration.
Exactly. But man, I'm gonna get on off here too, Mark, because I got to get up. I got to get up in about 2.5 hours. Get ready to go to work.
My bad, bro.
No, it's all good, man. I'm glad to get a chance to chop it up with y'all, man. I mean, I've been on vacation for the last week, so last 4 or 5 days. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll be all right.
Nigga, you got 2 hours. You got to be there. You might as well just go and get that sync.
No. I got to get up. I got to get up around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. You just hit that sync like you when you go to my old house. Wipe off, go down parking lot, set your alarm, and just sleep in the car at this point until you got to clock in. Bro.
Go to the job and go,
and sleep in the car, bro.
Hey, when I was about 20, I worked at this place making countertops, man. I used to get up early in the morning, and because I didn't want to be late, I'd go up there and be at work about 2 hours before they open and sleep until they open up.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I ain't doing all that. I'll be all right. Hey, if I don't make it, I don't make it.
He said, I got points on the time clock. I got PTO days.
Yeah, I don't have to clock in anyway. I'll be all right.
Boss shit. Let's go. All right, my brother. Thanks, man. Please tell people your group one more time.
That Facebook group?
Yeah, man. I like that.
Facebook. You can't play boxing on Facebook.
Can't play boxing on Facebook. Shout out to my brother. Appreciate you, bro. And follow his channel too. His channel is D-Lo404 Boxing on YouTube. All right, man. Let me see what they saying in the chat. I got he loves Devin, aka HLD. He says he was being funny honest. When's the last time Crawford sparked anybody? Crawford on a knockout streak, HLD. That ain't gonna work. Crawford on a knockout streak, bro. Stop it. That's not gonna work over here. He's stopping these dudes. This dude ain't been to the cards. I think the last time he been to the cards was Victor Postal, and he dropped him twice. I think that's the last time Crawford been to the card was Victor Postal. So stop the gas. It's not gonna work over here. Sounds like fire. Irvin Mack in the building. He said I'm not going to be. He said it's not going to be a long show. I said that this time. I told myself I was never going to say that again because it always ends up being a long show. But I enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it as well. And I'm about to display something else, nigga. So sit back and buckle up. Let's play it. Matter of fact, I'll do that members only. I'll do a reaction to that. Let me do a reaction to this on members only. I'll close it out. Thank you, Irvin Mack, for ending the show for me. All right, it's your man Marq Nash, another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, anything else you and I feel like talking about. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Life is getting real serious in this welterweight division, or as it appears. Put a case on it, right? I'm excited about it, though, man. I'm hopeful. I hope you guys are hopeful as well about this fight. Like I said, she just tweeted this. She said, I'm just ready. My sister Leticia Crawford. She said, I'm just ready for them to announce this damn fight. So she kind of gave us a little prequel. We do have this fight coming up this Saturday. Tank versus Ryan. King Ryan, what they call him. So we're gonna watch that. Again, members only. Tomorrow is Monday. Y'all know we got limited slots available. If you're trying to watch this fight, pay-per-view, y'all know what to do. It's your man Marq Nash. I'll talk to y'all on Neighbors Only after that, but let me close out with a Neighbors Only roll call. And again, the question I asked y'all tonight is, the WBC trolling us, or are they foreshadowing? Imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Who wins? As many of us would agree, shit, we all been imagining this for quite some time. Yeah. And I think we're done imagining. We're ready for it. We're ready to see it. Who's with me, man? Who's with me? Press A in the chat. Give me a A if you like, man, I'm buying this fight, man. I'm supporting this fight. I'm going to start the A's off. Yeah, if you're going to buy this fight, man, you're going to support this fight, press A. If you like, man, Marq Nash, they waited too long for this fight, I'm not going to buy it, press B. So it's some bullshit. I'm going to stream it. I'm tired of waiting for this fight, and that's cool too. But I'm going to start it off with the A's. If you're going to support the fight, you're going to buy the fight, give me an A in the chat. If you're going to not buy this fight, you think it's some bullshit, that's cool too. But we can't deny there is movement. When we see the WBC tweet this out, imagine Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, who wins? Like, that's movement. Terence Crawford's sister tweeted out an hour later tonight. I'm just ready for them to announce this damn fight. I think we got some movement, ladies and gentlemen. We got movement. We got movement. All right. So with that said, let me do a neighbors only roll call, and I'm gonna do a quick neighbors only reaction video, because without the neighbors, the show would not be the show. If you want to join the membership, join the neighborhood, it's a little button right there beside the like, subscribe button. It says join. You can definitely join the neighborhood. We got different tiers, and you get different content. I got members only content at all levels right now available just for you. So let me drop the link for that. If you want to join the membership only, and we about to do a members only roll call right now, and I'm gonna do a members only episode. So yeah, man, we keep the content going, man. Keep the content going just for you, just for you. All right. And if you want your name shouted out in these shout outs, that's how you people be like, man, how I get my name in the shout outs? You be calling people name at the end. I was like, maybe he didn't see my name in the comments. No, I saw your name, but I've got to acknowledge these people, because these people keep the lights on. And they the reason why we'll be back tomorrow night. Let's take it from the top and shout out all the neighbors. Shout out all the neighbors.
What up?
Jacob Sims, what up, though?
What up, gangsta?
Lady Shan Dun MCs and my UK girl in London town, what up, though?
What up?
Ace Retro,
What up?
the boxing scholar, holla.
What up?
Cooking with the champ,
What up?
my boy Haplo Type Zero,
What up?
boxing MMA 365, he stay live.
What up, gangsta?
Taylor Bell, he never fails.
What up?
Mike from Boston, aka my boy MFB.
What up?
C Jones 0224,
What up?
Kansas City Mac,
What up?
Patricia Shelton,
What up?
that guy Eclipse 330 early.
What up, gangsta?
Miss Queen Sun Kissed. Mwah. Love what you're doing, sis. Keep doing it. Staying active. Love what you're doing.
What up?
My brother Rockman.
What up?
Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel Donaire. That's 9-time champion Nonito. On the way to 10-time champion. Also on his way to the Boxing Hall of Fame.
What up?
He rocking with me too. You should do the same.
What up, gangsta?
True Media Today, USA Boxing is Coach Malachi Williams.
What up?
Pudo,
What up?
Food Revolution, aka Foodie with the Beauty.
What up?
KP from KC5.
What up?
Matt Wade got a dope single out right now called Papa Daddy. Y'all check him out.
What up, gangsta?
Karma Serene, she got the Serene Saturdays.
What up?
Ill Status Boxing.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Beyond Above Media.
What up?
Pittsburgh T.
What up?
SF City Slicker.
What up?
I Know Boxing.
What up?
It's Mex.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
Here to There.
What up?
Maddie Yoel.
What up?
Cliff Bailey.
What up?
Con Shonery.
What up?
Lisa Bell, she never fails.
What up, gangsta?
No relation to Taylor Bell, by the way.
What up?
On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. Thanks for joining the panel tonight, my man. You really killed it. I really appreciate you.
What up, gangsta?
HLDZ, thanks for trolling in the chat as usual.
What up?
I got to.
What up?
Cooking with Sir Senior.
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
D Bevel the
What
Champ.
up?
D Bevel the Champ, aka Mr. I'm gonna stream everything.
What up?
And of course, the big fish himself, my good brother, aka member number 1, my brother Derek Lincoln.
What up, gangsta?
Love y'all, man. It's a great show, man. It's a great show. This was a good show on the pop-up too. This wasn't even playing. This was not even playing. Swear to God, all first verse. I'm gonna be doing a reaction to this Leonard Ellaby interview on members only. Y'all check it out. It's your man Marq Nash Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like squeezing into those letters. It's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Always remember, dreams require sleep, goals require effort, and you can go to the description of this and every video, and you can cop some of the merch, get you a t-shirt, a hoodie, coffee mug, or whatever and support the show that way as well. If you send a Cash App, I will give you a shout out on the community tab. And also if you have a channel, I'll plug that as well. So thank you so much for your time, your energy. Thanks for allowing me the opportunity to entertain y'all this evening going into this morning. Look, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything: your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. And yeah, we're gonna have a good show. Look, sometimes we're gonna agree, sometimes we're gonna disagree. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Members only starts in less than 10 minutes. And I'll put a post in the community tab just in case you guys don't get a notification, all right? Love y'all. Hope you love yourself. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
This that squad sound.
This is me, man.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Marq, God made this possible. And so did viewers like you. Like, comment, subscribe, share this shit out, man. We're going to get to the next level. And I will see y'all on members only in less than 8 minutes. Peace.